4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, good day, goodbye, hello. Wherever you are in the world, as I always say, one of those will apply to you. This is LTID TV from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for joining us live on YouTube. If you are watching on Catch Up or listening via your favourite podcast platform, thank you very much indeed for doing both of those. Obviously, on the podcast you can't, but it's very nice to have your ears. And if you're watching on Catch Up, stick any comments in the description below on YouTube. Please do remember to like the video. Please, it does really help the channel. If you're feeling generous, subscribe. It's free of charge. Click that notification bell. You'll never miss another live show. And if you want, for just $1.99 a month, you can become a member. People have often said I'm a member. I don't know if they're being nice or not about that. I'm waiting for my guest to join us. He's having PC problems. Look, Tom lives in Devon. He's always having PC problems. But how the devil are you all? Homebong says, I'm here on the ball. So was I, mate. It was 1:29 on 1 clock and 1:30 when I went live. On the stroke of the beginning, I'm here. Well, I hope you weren't having a stroke, because obviously that's, yeah. Well, we said that sometimes that can probably be more interesting. And I don't mean a stroke, I mean a but that can be more interesting than watching Leicester at the moment. Paul is in. Hi, Paul. How are you doing? And Craig is in as well. Good afternoon, Chris and Brad and all LCFC fans. Brad's not with us today. He's out with his better half, and let's be honest with you, he's probably got a better chance of scoring. And Jim's in all the way from America as who was it? Joan Armour Trading. All the way from America. I've no idea if that's how it goes. I just remember the song. And Paul says he is fine. I'll get him in music. I'm going starting my radio show again in a few weeks. I'm doing weekend breakfast this time, Saturday and Sunday, 7 till 10 on Dorset Riviera Radio. Be sure to check me out. Right, he's back. Johnny's in as well. Hiya, Johnny. How are you doing? He's back. What a day to come back. It is the day that Ruud van Cocky-Tupperroy has actually gone for something different. I only wish he'd tried it sort of when we were playing West Ham and teams like that, not when we were playing a top six side. But look, hey, you can't have everything. But let's bring him in and we'll do this match day watch along. It's Chelsea versus Leicester City. Tom, you're back.
Hello, mate. Sorry, I am just about back. The technology's running a bit slow today. I think it's because the sun shines out.
Can I just say, do you have sort of a card with notes on saying, like, my computer is running slow today because A, it's sunny, B, it's raining, C, it's windy, D, it's a hurricane?
Mate, the honest truth is I need some new technology. I've needed new technology for about a year now, and I haven't quite got to it. So it's on me, guys. My apologies. If there is any problems, guys, I apologise. I'll just try my best.
I love the fact that I'm changing my internet provider. It was worse. I'm changing back, you know. But look, that's the joy of Devon, I guess, isn't it? You know, Devon knows why they make it so. But look,
it's why we're so isolated.
I thought he's made the changes, so I brought it bigger in the picture there, as you can see, and it's going across the bottom as well. He's made a few changes. I think it's 4 changes, but he's changed his formation. 2 up top, in a 5, which will become a 3 when we're attacking. 2, which again will become a 4 when we're attacking. 1 with O'Canoose, and then Daka and Vardy up front. I mean, I had to pick myself up off the floor.
I know, it's quite a shock, isn't it? I did read, though, he's been working on this. It's before the Brentford game, Chris, but they didn't pull the trigger early. And this is what we were saying about, you know, what time do you actually want to get these things moving? Because we're playing Chelsea today away. It's a huge game to try a new formation. But we got to try something because it's been madness for the last few weeks and months and whatever else as we've been following the same process. We're getting no results. So I think it's nice to come into a watch-along, mate. And normally we've got anxiety and dread because we've seen the team selection, Ayew and Cordova-Reader on the wing, and today we've gone, no, let's just ditch the wingers, get the wing backs forward, because Christensen's been covering a lot of ground, so let's go for it. Try and utilise the team better, mate. That's what we need to do today.
It looks like Cody's going to be at the heart of the back 5. FaZe is still in there, which I'm not even going to talk about FaZe. Let's just gloss over him altogether. And Victor Christensen on the other side. I'd have preferred a Coley in there. But Cody, he's got the experience, hasn't he? Let's be honest with you. And he talks a lot, and that's the thing.
He does, yeah. And also, I think we've seen so far Vestergaard and FaZe don't make a good pairing, do they? And I think this has been part of our problem, Chris. We've not really had a really set centre-back pairing. We tried them all. We tried a Coley with FaZe. We've tried Vestergaard with FaZe. We've tried Vestergaard with a Coley. I think with Cody, the thing is, when he's at his best, he can organise them. And I hope they're just on the same page today, mate, because I think at times they've not been as a defence, and that's been a big part of the problem. So, the only thing I would say is I'd like to see maybe Koulibaly on the right and Justin playing that Christensen role in defence.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
By right back and continue to play the left back in the right back role. That is the big But let's give it a chance and let's see how we get on, because it's not the back 4 that we normally go for. I would have loved to have seen Vestergaard's dog in defence, because I think he could probably dribble the ball better than most of those players in there. Hi, Brookline. It's been ages since I've seen you, mate. How you doing? Nice to have you back. I hope you are well. 3 points today. Well, let's not go mad, but we need 3 points. Jim says good morning to Toronto, Tom.
Don't go bringing up Toronto right now, Jim.
Robert says good afternoon. At least he's this is the thing. I don't want to criticise too much, and we can pick like holes in this. Why isn't Koulibaly there? You know, but it's something different. And I've always said, if you try something different, I'm going to give him the opportunity for it to sort of see how it goes.
Absolutely, mate. Me too.
Yeah. Stoked up on the tinnies. He's back from the office license. He means the offie, but we know what he means. It is interesting. Prashant, hi, Chris, Tom, and everyone else. Hi, mate. And Scott saying, I'm not gonna lie, excited by the lineup. Thomas is in there. What do you make of Thomas's role?
I don't dislike it, Chris. I quite like him. I think he's a pretty good, solid player. He can move the ball forward pretty well. He's taken a lot of stick, but he's by no means the worst player we got at the football club, is he? So no, I'm quite happy to see him in there, really. I think it's fine. Like I say, for me, it's going to be the midfield as well that's going to be interesting here, because we're sticking with Ndidi and Soumare again. And I wonder if maybe, if you're not going to go with FaZe, why not do Ndidi as the defensive midfielder just in front of, say, Cody Coley and then have Winks alongside Sumare. Because then I think we're a bit more solid there. But then, like you say, mate, it's horses for courses. At least we're seeing something today.
Yes, exactly. Holmes says, take it to PC World, but be careful, that's how they call carried litter.
Oh, God almighty. We're starting early today.
I'm not saying that he's not got the carried litter goatee there, but, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. Thing is, it's only just down the road from us here in at Portland Prison, I think. Ood has to change something. Today's the day. And Andreas is in. Good afternoon, Andreas. So the change of system, it says this, is 3 new personnel included: Connor Cody, Luke Thomas and Patson Daka, with Yannick Vestergaard, Buenete is left out, and also Dakova Reed from last week.
It was time. It was time.
Yeah. In defence, it says it looks like Cody will be at the heart of the back 5 with Wout Faes and Victor Christensen either side, and James, Justin and Thomas as wings backs. Now, like I say, we were talking about Thomas. I have no problem with Thomas being a wing back, to be honest with you, because I think he's better in that role. When you're going to question Thomas, it is his defensive role, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say as a fullback, he's not as good as when he's a wing back. Definitely. I definitely agree with that. Every time we've had him as a wing back, he's been a lot better. And that's when he had a good run in the team probably as well, mate. So, yeah, no, I'm happy with that. It's interesting, though, because JJ is a big question about this, because we've all felt that perhaps he's a bit limited at times playing in this position. However, there is the caveat that he has scored the second highest amount of goals this season. And at a time where you need goals, I kind of get sometimes what Rude's thinking, but I still wonder, mate, if, that still might be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, personally, I'm happy with that. Personally, I would have liked to have seen Buenete in there, but I don't know whether you could fit him into this formation with El Canous. That's the problem.
No, it's one or the other, Chris.
I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot here, because I went mad when he had no striker on the bench and brought Buenete on up front with for Daka when Daka was injured. I get why Daka's there, because I'm hoping that the role that we used to see, and I don't know if you remember Heskey and Cotty.
Yes,
and Cotty was very old, and he said, I don't need to do any running. Heskey does that for me. I've just got to use my brain to be in the right position. Let's hope that's the Daka-Vardy combination, how they're going to work that. I wouldn't have minded seeing Buenete in that Daka role tonight.
Yeah, that could have worked. I mean, I still think Edouard, mate, I know people are going to be like, well, he's obviously out of favour and all the rest of it, and he's a complete failure. But the difference with him versus Daka is he's got more of a physical presence as well, which might be useful in games like this. I understand if he's not training well and stuff like this, these things have to be taken into account. But there's strikers at Leicester we've had like this before. Yakubu, for example. Pretty sure Yakubu wasn't running around on the training pitch every day. He's probably sat there having a fag and watching it, But then he would go out and score like 2 or 3 goals against Derby out of nowhere, just like a magician. So I do think that is something they could have explored a bit more. And the only thing is with Daka is he needs someone there to bring the best out of him, I feel, because on his own he sort of disappears. So I'm hoping Vardy will be on his case today, making him do what he should be doing.
We've said that with Vardy as well, haven't we? Both Vardy, he can't play one up front now, Daka definitely can't play one up front. Fingers crossed. It says here that Thomas could still be in the central role and Christensen as the wing back. And it's interesting because if Christensen's in the back 3, that's the role that he didn't want to play under Enzo, and why he went out on loan for a season.
I would find that a bit odd, mate. That's the only question here for me, is because in the last few games, the guy who's been covering the most ground, making the most tackles and doing a lot of the work has been Christensen. So if you want someone who's going to get down that wing and really push forward, I think Christensen will be probably a better fit. However, we've got the variety to change between the two perhaps here, haven't we? So, and to be honest, mate, I'm at the point where I don't want to see Vestergaard in the team anymore. I would have gone with a Coley, but Vestergaard, no. So I'm quite glad not to see Vestergaard at least.
I've got to say, when I was looking at the West Ham game, Christensen 9 tackles, which was more than the rest of the back 4 and the 2 defensive midfielders made between them. So maybe in that central role more, it could be good. And look, at the moment it's a case of, pick or you don't, play there or you don't play at all. Personally, like I say, I would like to see Christensen in the middle and I'd like to see Thomas on the wing. It says here, In front of the defence, Sumari keeps his place alongside Wilfred Ndidi, despite a poor showing at West Ham. Sumari against West Ham, no tackles, no blocks, no interceptions. What the fuck is the point of him being a defensive midfielder?
And this is where we are, mate, isn't it? Exactly. It's bonkers, isn't it? Because the thing is that he has games where he gives us a 7 or an 8 out of 10. But even in those games, there's 1 or 2 tackles he just shirks away from and doesn't want to get involved in. And you think, you're right there. Do it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes he needs to do more of the dirty work. The best we've seen of him is when he's bombing forward with pace and just being an uncontrollable machine. But with that comes the fact you've got to back it up with some strong defensive play as well. And he doesn't seem interested sometimes.
Do you think then he'd be better off in a more attacking role than the defensive midfielder role?
I think, to be honest, mate, it's negotiable either way. I think he'll be similar to Wilf. Remember we put Wilf up there? I mean, you can do it. Would it really make things any better? Probably not. It would cover up the defensive side of it, perhaps. But then our defensive midfielders, I mean, I think all of them have played awfully this year. I mean, I've debated putting Vestergaard or Faze in there, as you know, because I just wonder if it's that bad. But then they're bad defenders, so it's just bad all around for me, unfortunately. We need to make some transfers there. It's why I said Braybrook in the week from the under-21 to someone I'd like to see featuring now. He's back from Dundee.
Yeah. Well, we all would. I've got to say, Vestergaard, look, last season, I just thought he that was his level. I think we said that was his level. And I always defended him, not because he was particularly a good player, but because he was, I think, getting unfair criticism.
It's interesting because, like, he's got a bit of a reputation. Apparently, when they signed him at Southampton, Mark Hughes, the manager, didn't want him.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing, isn't it? I remember.
So how has he managed to get these 2 big transfers where the clubs haven't really wanted him? It's bizarre, mate.
But when he's used right, and let's be honest with you, he can pass from one penalty spot and put it onto the penalty spot, you know, at the other end. So I think we will miss that. But like you say, it's his defensive role. And is he any worse than Faze? No. I'm sorry. If it was for me, Faze or Vestergaard, it would be Vestergaard every time. That's what I think of Faze. I know you disagree with that.
But, I would disagree on that,
Yeah, but what about if he was in a more forward role where we didn't have to rely on his pace as much? Maybe if he was in that Sumari role.
Well, it's funny. Yeah, I was going to say, because when he was in Germany, before he moved across to being a defender, he was a defensive midfielder. I think I got the team wrong. I think he was actually at Hoffenheim. He wasn't at Hertha Berlin. I was getting my Blues mixed up. He was at Hoffenheim. But he was a defensive midfielder, Chris. That was his role, and I agree with you. I mean, I think the funny thing is when you're a guy his size, managers seem to just stereotype him, and like he's not actually any good in the air. He's a complete fallacy of a footballer. He's just no good in the air. He's good with his feet, which is bizarre because he's 6'4". You know, I agree with you. It's something that could be considered. I think the problem comes in that, again, it's the Sumari thing. Will he put the effort in? I'm not so sure.
No. Well, look, time will tell, and players do change roles, don't they? You know, once you stop being a good attacker, you do turn into an attacking midfielder, rather. You know, things move. El Canous over Brenette, I've got to say, yeah, I think that out of the two of them, we're just seeing El Canous is carrying the team at times.
Absolutely, mate. And also, if you think, how many touches did he have in the last game? 72, was it? All of it was going through him. And this formation today, we set up in the position where he's going to have outlets at least. So I'll give Ruud credit for that, because we've given him a lot of stick. But the fact that we noticed last week when we were doing the review show that he had so many touches and so many opportunities and just no one to get the ball to create anything, I'll give Ruud credit today that we've now got 2 of them up top.
Yeah. I want to have a look at this because, look, some of the games were played yesterday. Ipswich lost. Well done, Crystal Palace. I've got to say, the Crystal Palace result 1-0. I got it spot on. You're either good or you're not good. I also got the Brighton Fulham game spot on. Brad, who are you?
Oh, you had a good week then.
Yes, I've got 7 points. He's got 3. I didn't go. I went for 1-1 Brentford, Aston Villa, so I got let down on that one. But look, Liverpool did us a favour. I went 3-1. I went 3-0, and it was 3-1, so they were 1-0 down. That did us a favour with Southampton. Ipswich, I say we got that. Crystal Palace did us a favour. Wolves, though, getting that point against Everton, which, let's be honest with you, the form that Everton are in was a good point for them. We're now 6 points behind Wolves. If we lose this one, the minimum is 1, but I think it's got to be we need 3 points. And I know we're saying we're down anyway, but I think if we don't get this and that 6 point gap remains, I think we're dead and buried.
I think you're right, Chris, because the problem is if it was a 5 point gap, it would be a lot better. Obviously, and that's a daft thing Michael Owen would say. But the 6 points doesn't actually help us because the goal difference. Look at the goal difference. But they've got an extra point there technically. So technically it's 7 points in reality, so 2 wins isn't going to do it. So you're completely correct. We need to win today. The only good thing is that Chelsea are obviously in that form right now where they're a little bit under pressure. We've been the team that's either got teams out of this season, or if you're Tottenham, you've done us a favour. So hopefully, mate, Chelsea will do us a favour today and not turn up. But you know what it's like. We've got that Leicester thing in the back of our heads where we go, Palmer's probably guaranteed to have a game today.
Yes. I mean, I'm just looking here. Dewsbury Hall isn't started. Apparently, that they always have a doctor at the match. Apparently, they have got a hairdresser in case Cucurella and Wout Faye's hair gets mixed up.
Mine's doing the same today, mate. Mine's got like bangles. I don't know what's happened.
You're just reliving your hippie youth, aren't you? That's I know it's hard to see, but I'm sorry, that's just the way Chelsea put it up. So a pain in the arse. But that is the team. Sanchez, Fofana's in, please. I mean, if there's a god in this world, Sumari, break his leg.
That's a bit harsh, but yes, mate, I know what you mean. We haven't played for Father much, have we?
No, it's not harsh at all. It's deserved. I hope. I mean, I did wish when he actually moved originally that he'd break a leg and end his career. He did actually have an injury, but it didn't end his career, unfortunately.
Let's be real, mate. If he stayed with Leicester, he'd have been injured throughout the whole time. We've got 70-odd million.
No, he would have been. No, but I just hate the way he left. I think when you look at the way Dewsbury Hall left and look at the way Maddison left, Fofana going on strike, not even cheering when his teammate scored a goal because he refused to play and he was in the crowd. The guy is a total and utter wanker. And here's another one where I wished his mother had shut her legs. Colwell, Cucurella, Casadio, Enzo. He's doing 2 jobs. He's captain and manager. Neto, Palmer, Sancho, and I can't even see the last one. It's
Nkunku. It's Nkunku because Jackson's injured, so they haven't got a striker. Yeah.
So thank God for that. I was talking. I did a Chelsea. I had a Chelsea fan from Chelsea Fancast come on our preview on
I saw that
on Friday, and I went on his later in the afternoon, and they are not happy at all. Their crowd is very anti-Enzo. And of course, the difference is when we were anti-Enzo and saying it's boring, awful football, we were 17 points clear. They're being anti-Enzo, and yes, they're in 5th place, and he accepts that that's, not the end of the world, but it's not where Chelsea want to be. And if they do go behind today, it could get a little bit toxic.
It could, mate. Like I say, it's the opportunity we need in this sort of game because it's a big game. It's a game we're not expected to get anything from, but the circumstances leading into it give us an opportunity, give us a millimetre of hope we might be able to do something today. So yes. I'm hopeful we can take advantage of that and be the Leicester of old. I mean, a lot for me, Chris, has been energy. I know we're talking about formations. We've done a great talk about the formation change heading into this one. Energy needs to change today as well for my money. I need to see people actually wanting to run. I need to see people wanting it more rather than willingly chucking their handbags on the floor and going, well, crap. Show a bit more backbone today, please, Leicester, and we'll see how we get from it.
Yeah. Richard says, another embarrassing football day. I can't see us winning whether Chelsea or Chelmsford, but how I wish to be proved wrong. We all do. Keith, Mardy Frenchman, I think you're being very polite there. Jeff's in from the Philippines. Jeff, how you doing? He's gone for a Chelsea 6-0. I went for a 3-1 to Chelsea. That was before I saw this team. What have you gone for?
Well, I didn't think about it all week, mate, because I was trying to stay away from it. So I've only just thought about it now I've seen the team. And now I've seen the team, I'm going to be controversial and go Chelsea 0, Leicester 1.
0-1. That's tough. Yeah. To be honest with you, Tom, like I say, we do these predictions on a Thursday. It's before the teams are announced.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to win, but look, what I want to see is, like you say, that West Ham, and we say it every week, it can't get any worse than this, surely. But every week it does.
Do you have to end the preview for the match, Chris, on that literal low vibration? We need to lift it somehow. But you are completely correct, mate. That is a fact of it. But I'm still willing to come in with hope today. Why not?
Why not? The players are about to be led out. Leicester, of course, playing in this colour shirt. Like I say, I'm just pleased with he's trying something different, and I think we've got to say, give him the opportunity to see how this goes. And I just want to see the team put a performance in. Nobody minds if we go down fighting, but we're not.
Well, that's it. Exactly, Chris. I mean, fight is half of it, isn't it? I mean, this is the thing we've let ourselves down on this year. And this is why we are behind Ipswich in the table. It might not be by goal difference or whatever it is. But Ipswich are showing a lot more fight for, in theory, a bit less quality because they weren't ahead of us in the Championship, were they? They were behind us.
No.
So, I think that's it today. I just want to see positivity in this team again. I mean, a point wouldn't really help us. But if we did battle to a good point and I saw a level of performance and, commitment to it, I'd probably still feel a lot better about next week. So yeah.
Just trying to get Abrora in there, but the players are coming out. I will see you at half time, sir. So fingers crossed that we're going to have something positive to talk about for a change.
I'm gonna sort my hair out because my bad hair day is awful, mate. Look at the state of that. I will do that while I watch the game.
You're such a prima donna. Wear a hat, mate. I'm going to sort my hair out. He's gone off to get a hat. He's got a beanie. Oh, yes. Oh, that's the one. That's your profile pic hat.
I think it suits me.
Yeah, no, it does. It took me a while on your profile picture to work out that the dog was in front of you. But there we go. Mate, I'll see you at half time. Thanks very much.
Enjoy the game, guys. See you at half time.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Oh dear. There we go. Interesting. And we're here getting ready for the first half. It is the watch along. So let's get into it, shall we? Will we win? I don't know. But I do feel a little bit happier. I'm just turning my volume down. It's blowing my ears away. I do feel a little bit. Let's get into it. This is the watch along, and I'd love it if we win. I just love it.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Oh, wouldn't we just? So getting ready here. Is it the hope that kills us? I think it is. So 2 up front, we've been shouting for it. Right, let me just open this up here. So he's gone for 5-2-1-2. Surprise? Shocked? All of those things. All of those things. Oh, guys. Please do this, though.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel now and make sure you never miss another upload. Leave a like now. Ring the bell and never miss another video.
If you could do all that, I would love you forever. Love it. Love it. So, Leicester, in this away ice blue or ice white, whichever way you want to look at it, and we're off. We are kicking from left to right here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, obviously, in all blue. Although we have got blue socks and they've got white socks, which is very fair. They've got white top, white back, white shorts, and blue socks. Chelsea, blue top, blue shorts, white socks. Makes sense. Makes sense. But we are away. Like I say, Chelsea are kicking from left to right. Leicester kicking from left to right. Fafana's getting a few boos from the Leicester fans. Well done, guys. There is that armchair. Yeah, and it is positive. It is positive. Now, if I don't get back to your I don't know if Scott is still in or not. Scott will answer any. If he is in, Scott will answer any questions that you ask if I'm watching the watch along and don't always check the chat. Thank you very much, Red Devil United. Good luck, Leicester. Thank you. Oh, appeals for a penalty. Palmer's gone down. Jim Robinson is saying no. I'm sure it will go to VAR. Could this be a first-minute penalty? Let's have a look. Oh, he went down very easy there off Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas is getting up and saying no. I think he played for it. The Chelsea fans are asking for VAR. So it's down in England who's looking at VAR. He's seen nothing No, Palmer, in fairness, Palmer didn't appeal. So I've got to say that. It was the other players that were going, no, as they always do. 73% win probability for Chelsea, 11% for Leicester. That says it all, doesn't it? 73% win possibility. So an early scare there, as it went for penalty claim. I could say, in fairness, Palmer wasn't really screaming for it. His teammates were. Just into back to Hermanson. And obviously Darren England, who's in Stockley Park. This is all Chelsea at the moment. I think they've decided to go for the jugular. Oh, all the way clipped over there from the far side. It's with Cucurella now, but that was that nobody was there to make contact for Chelsea. Tim Robinson is the referee. Oh, Cody heads away there. Oh, that's a free kick. Yeah, Cucurella, very much a push there. I hate to see if Cucurella and Wout Faes come together, we could see a hair-raising moment. Prima donnas, indeed. Oh, Rich, how do, mate? How are you doing? Of course, we've got Man United next, I believe, isn't it? Red Devil United, new title for the channel. If you follow Rich on Rich Sports, wondering where he's gone, it's Red Devil United now. Welcome along, Rich. Oh, that was a bit risky. So it's up from Hermansen on the far side. And it's a Leicester throw-in. Wayne Fofana there. At the moment, we're still playing it around the back. Hermansen now goes long, but not very high. But we do get it. Samare running forward for James Justin on this near side. Chips it in, but it's clipped out. But it comes. Leicester players. Oh, he did invite a shot there, and it was a shot, but it was straight at El Canous. It was straight at Sanchez. But a good break there from Leicester. That was good to see. Good to see. I mean, I know we're only 6 minutes in. Probably Leicester's best move of the match. Now Chelsea have it. Coming forward into the Leicester half. Play to Cucurella. He's got the overlap down this left-hand side, which he uses with Neto. Plays it into the box. Sancho on the far side. He turns inside. Palmer. Ooh. Palmer had a shot there from outside the box, which obviously is always going to do that. That's how he plays. But it is deflected out for the first corner of the match to Chelsea, and it's on the far side on the corner. There's a good defending block there. Christensen marking Fofana. Oh. Oh, Cody's arguing. It's come off Cody. It was wide, but it came off Cody, but it's gone for another corner. This time it's taken short. Cole Palmer. He's going to cause us so many problems. He twists and turns. Oh, and he shoots, but it's going to cause more trouble to the space station than it is to not Babe Station. No. The space station will cause that more trouble than Mads Hermansen. Interesting, good start to the game. Of course, don't forget Tottenham are also playing at the moment. They are hosting Bournemouth, and that is 0-0. And Manchester United playing Arsenal. Arsenal, who let's be less at 4:30 this afternoon. And let's be honest with you, Arsenal have blown it. They're not going to win it this season. But Man United, I mean, are they having a worse season than us? That's the question. I mean, I don't think they are because they're not as low. But by what you expected from the teams, perhaps it is. A lot of work for Amaran. I hope they stick with him. I really do hope they stick with him. But you can't just keep buying a player worth 50 million every now and again and hoping it's going to work. A lot needs sorting out at that club. Took Liverpool 33 years or 32 years, whatever it was, to actually come back and win a title again. Man United may have a bit of weight on their hands. We'll see. We'll see. No, that was Chelsea players down, but it certainly wasn't a foul by Wout Faes. Spencer is in. Hi, Spence. How are you? Welcome along, sir. If anybody's wondering where Gray is today, he's full of a cold and a flu. So I think he's just sitting back, and it's his excuse to have a few hot toddies. Let's be honest with you. 10 minutes gone, just coming up, and it's Chelsea 0, Leicester City 0. Now Wout Faes is down as well. I think it was coming together. Both players went there. Oh, blood on Neto. So obviously it is delayed due to the head injury. Neto's going to get the old white armband, of white headband, I should say. Yeah, that was a good decision on the penalty. They're just showing it again. As they've just said, that was as much Palmer slowing it down as it was Luke Thomas running into him. And it was a good decision. And in fairness, I've got to say, in fairness to Cole Palmer, he didn't claim for it. So Neto is head bandaged. Obviously, they haven't got any strikers at the moment, with Jackson being ill. And also head bandage is Wout Faes. He's got a black bandage and a white bandage for Neto. That's how exciting the game is at the moment, blokes. We are talking about the colour of the bandages. Got 3 points from the last 36, Leicester City. Yeah, we don't want to say. Apart from Fofana, I want to see him break his leg and never play again. But Wout Faes, he looks to be okay. He's got his head bandage on. That was longer than a 3-minute stop. Anyway, Chelsea have it on the far side, but it goes out. So, Leicester defending well. Sumare. Thomas there. Thomas is playing in the back three. He's playing as that third centre back. Yeah, I think he's there for the hot toddies. That's a Chelsea throw in off Luke Thomas. Yeah, so it's Luke Thomas that has gone into that back three, not Christensen at the moment. Unless that's going to be something that is swapped during the game and can be swapped during the game. Now, that was a real good effort there to put the ball through. I think it was Ndidi tried to find James Justin, and if it had gone through, he would have been clear. It was a very good attempt, and was unlucky that the Chelsea player just managed to stretch and get a foot to it. At the moment, it's 75% possession to Chelsea. I don't think Leicester have played bad recently. Yeah, it's not good, is it, Prashant? But look, they're both on. The match was stopped. Obviously, they both got bandages on. Samari turns on the ball now. In the centre, plays it up to Daka. Justin. Indeed, good cross in. Oh, that was a defensive header needed. That was a very good run and cross by Ndidi down this right. What we saw him do a lot last season, but Chelsea break on the far side with Neto with his headband on. He's looking for options. He slowed it down a bit. El Canoes biting at his ankles. Oh, and they win it, Leicester. Leicester come away with it. Christensen playing that wing-back role. Daka now is quite deep, actually. Anyway, it's back to phase. Sumare. Oh, that's a bad ball from Sumare. Sumare, a really bad ball there. So it was a very good, opening there for Leicester, but Sumare managed to fuck it up. Don't think he's been playing well, Sumare. Yeah, they are. I was speaking to, like I say, Chids, the Chelsea fan, and he was saying they are playing like we were last season, obviously, because we had Enzo then. Very much a possession-based game, and they're not keen on it. Manson's got the ball in his hands. They're not keen on it, the Chelsea fans. But like then, Fofana had the ball, broke, having won it off Sumare's bad pass, and nobody was running up with them. Interesting. XG at the moment, 0.04 for Chelsea, 0.05 for Leicester. End the game. But Chelsea come away now down that far side. This looks dangerous. Oh, couldn't get it past Ndidi. I think it hit him rather than a bench. Now Chelsea. Oh, that was a good chip in from Chelsea there to the far back post, but Chelsea couldn't get a head on it. He manages to beat Samari, the Chelsea player. Chipped into the box, headed clear. But it goes straight to a Chelsea player. Chelsea still coming. Leicester can't clear it at the moment. That is a penalty now. Penalty off Christensen. Oh, that. I mean, how dramatic. Oh. I mean, oh. It was Sancho. What a prima donna, though. It looks like it's been approved. Palmer, who else to take the penalty? So he hasn't missed in last 5. Matter Manson is complaining. Yeah, the ball's been replaced. Hermanson not happy with where the ball was. So his penalty's coming up left-footed. He missed it! He missed it! Hermanson has taken the penalty! He hasn't missed his last 5, but he missed that one! He's missed it! It's still 0-0! What are they moaning about? It was a brilliant stop. Oh, he had his foot on the line. So it's still 0-0. Twelve in 12 it had. So it remains 0-0. Corner taken. You can't get rid of it at the moment, Leicester. All they're doing, Chelsea, is like penalty every time anything happens. Oh. So that's going to give Leicester some hope. It was a great save. And you could all probably say, was justice done? Because was it a penalty? Wow. Justin on this left side. But Chelsea intercept. And Chelsea going forward now. Wow. Let's calm down, everybody. Whoa. Whoa. Leicester fans have woken up now. David Smith. Is that our David? New member. Thank you very much, David. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, it's not a win I'm celebrating, but I was celebrating a save. We do need to react with a positive attitude. David Smith, brilliant. $1.99 to become a member. We do need to get, if it is the David I'm thinking of, we need to get you back on soon, mate. Are you watching the game, David? Let me know if it is that David. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman. Are you watching the game? Because if you are, we've got a space on the post-match if you want to come on. Keith. Not to worry, young man, not to worry. But I do appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Like I say, if you want to come on at full time, just let me know. I can send you the link. Not a but. Well, if you're doing the second op, message me and let me know, David. Put a note in here and I'll certainly send you the link if needed. But no, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. So, Sumare. Oh, what a lovely ball from Sumare. James Justin, can he keep it in? Yes, he gets it across. Oh, he's off the crossbar. Oh, my God. How unlucky is that? Sumare, lovely ball over to Justin. Crossed it to Vardy. And it hits the post. That was probably, I've got to say, Leicester's best move. And I've got to tell you, when Samara is on form and when he's doing what he can do, I mean, that was a superb. I'm thinking, where the hell's that ball going to? James Justin bombing down this right-hand side, gets the cross in. Jamie Vardy, the goalkeeper, Sanchez, misses it completely. Jamie Vardy gets to it, it hits the crossbar, and in an attempt to get the rebound, he injures himself. That wasn't an ever there, though, Prashant. Paul, I hope your neighbours aren't outside as well. So, Chelsea have it from a goal kick. Well, this has been an exciting opening 25 minutes. Chelsea now. Well, that was Leicester's best, I'd say, 10 minutes. But Chelsea still coming forward here, getting me blues and me whites mixed up. Neto's having to sort of play it back. Fafana gets the booze, back to Neto. Crosses the ball in. Oh, James Justin gets to it, but it's only as far as a Chelsea player. Oh, it's ping ball in there. Oh, Caicedo with a shot. Hermansen so far, man of the match for Leicester. Paul. I like Rotherham, do you know? Hello, Rotherham, if you're listening. I like Rotherham, a nice, tidy little club. So Hermansen there. From Caicedo, absolutely just managed to go down, and it wasn't a hard save. I mean, comparing this to the West Ham game, oh my God. Chalk and cheese. Fafana's running forward now. I used to love it when he did that for Leicester. Chelsea just inside their half in the centre circle. Just easing into Leicester's half. At the moment, it's 68% to Chelsea, 32% to Leicester possession. They've now gone way ahead in the XG, 1.04 to 0.05. I'm not sure how they're that good. 7 shots to our 1, I suppose, in fairness. Just as I'm saying that, it comes up on the screen. Samari doesn't quite get the ball out. Indeed, to Samari. Now, Samari goes down, gets the free kick. Well played, Samari. The difference in the attitude here is unbelievable.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel now and make sure you never miss another upload. Leave a like now. Ring the bell and never miss another video.
So, Leicester now goes out, lets it out. Indeedy for a throw into Leicester, just lets it run out of play. Doesn't like that ball. Justin picks another one up. Indeedy back to phase. Sorry, Justin back to phase. Gets the ball now back, Justin. Plays it upfield. Goal given away there, and Chelsea have it now. Lovely through ball from them, and the ball with Neto and Cucurella. Oh, Fernandez, that was wild. Enzo Fernandez there, totally wild. It was always bending away from the goal. It is the attitude. It is. No, I think they've done well all game. I think that the attitude has completely changed for the West Ham game. Yvonne, hi Yvonne, how are you doing? Welcome along. Oh, now Leicester now, Vardy. Teammate, they're a bit slow getting up there. Oh, Christensen, a good tackle here. Leicester managed to keep the ball, but it is back in our own half now. Oh, too long there. Too long from Cody. Justin was never going to get that. Interesting to see, like you said, that penalty, had that gone in, and we'll never know, obviously, had that gone in, would our heads have gone down? Because I said this performance, comparing it to West Ham. At the moment, though, Pashan, isn't everything a wasted opportunity for Leicester? Oh, Faze went and pinched the ball off the Chelsea player well, but he couldn't keep hold of it. Chelsea have it now on this near side with Casado. It's Tosin up the ball into the box, but Justin gets it away. I think it's a Chelsea throw-in. Yes, he did good defending there. And it's way back mid-half. Casado's got the ball for the throw-in, which he takes. And that goes all the way back. And that was a very loose throw-in, to be honest with you. I'm sure that was just back into my own half. Nobody's there, but there's no Leicester player, so it'll do. Cucurella back into the Chelsea half. Fast, good defensive clearance from the. Oh, it's off. Again, they're claiming everything's a penalty for Chelsea. Oh, and a cross from Sancho goes all the way across. So I'm going to look at that penalty, was it? Oh, I don't know. It wasn't given anyway, but they are claiming everything is a penalty. Oh, he's touched the ball with his arm, with his foot. It's a penalty. Free kick to Leicester. Tim Robinson, not Tom Robinson, of course. He had the 2468 motorway song. Tim Robinson, the referee, is having a decent game. 34 minutes gone. Chelsea 0, Leicester City 0. Excuse me. And it is still 0-0. Tottenham Hotspur 0. AFC Bournemouth 0. And Man United are playing Arsenal later as well. That's at 4:30 when they kick off. Now, Leicester coming with a bit of space here. Oh, El Canoes. It was a little bit too far for Christensen, but he's got it. He crosses it in, but it's straight down the throat of Sanchez. So good, quick throw out there from Sanchez. Chelsea have it. Breaking on this near side. It was a bit of a wasted opportunity there from El Canoes. No, it wasn't practice. It wasn't even looked at, to be honest with you. This referee, I haven't had much to moan about, and that says it all, really. If you're not moaning about the referee, therefore he's not in charge. You know, he's not taking over the game, and that's how you want your referees to be. Oh, it's Tosin with a head ball in, but it's headed clear. Oh, Canoes there. Fafana there. French bastard. Takes Canoes out. Oh, in fairness, it wasn't. Well, there's 2 fouls on him there. Fafana definitely did the second one. Don't get too close to him. You'll smell his garlic breath. I'm not being stereotypical here at all. Somebody did that to who was the Greek player that we had? Theo. Oh God, what was his name? And he went up against somebody. I think it was it was in a live game, and the player went up to him and was arguing and went, Zacharakis, that's it. Theo Zacharakis, if anybody remembers him. Greek captain he was at the time. So it's plenty of space there. Goes back to Madison, who's out. Hermanson, who's out of his goal. That Hermanson does go into Madison quite well. Not in that sense. Don't be rude. So it's still 0-0. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0, 37 minutes gone. So Christensen watching. And we haven't had that many shots, to be honest with you. So free kick to Leicester, about phase, whatever you want to call him. I just call him shit, but there we go. 0-0. Free kick to Chelsea on this near side. Midway, we're quite close to the... No, he's asking for it to be more forward, and the referee's making him go back. Neto, free kick, halfway into the Leicester half. Can we hold out till half time? Finally, the referees, I think, happy with where it is. The left-footed cross in from Neto. Christensen gets his head on it. The Leicester have come away with it. Oh, Daka there. Trying to run forward. He's getting himself involved in the game, Patson Daka. I have to say, fair play to him. Luke Thomas, good defensive movement in the box. Kukuel, I think, was probably offside there, but he ran in well. Thomas there getting in there first. Good play by him. Stefan's in. Hi, Stefan. How are you doing, sir? Welcome along. There will be probably about 3 minutes worth of stoppage time. No, it didn't, but it's good to see him getting involved. I mean, he got the ball and he was running forward. I mean, it is all Chelsea, I'm going to have to say. 60-odd% possession. I mean, will a point? I mean, a point's not going to be good enough because obviously, well, it keeps us 5 behind Wolves. And that ball did go out. Cucurella couldn't keep it in. Connor Cody, not the best ball there to Daka, but Chelsea break again. Hope you're well, Stefan. Neto's got the ball. He's got 6 players waiting for him, but he plays it back on that far side. The ball hit the referee there. There comes the ball. Yeah, so the ball hit the referee. So of course the game's got to stop. It's going to be a drop ball. So it's Colwell. The ball's dropped at his feet. Indeed, he's being told to move backwards. So yeah, a point. I mean, a point keeps it as was. If we actually come away with a throw into Chelsea on the far side, Luke Thomas there getting a clap, a handshake from his colleague. I suppose a point would, I say, would keep us still those 5 behind Wolves. I just obviously, I mean, are we going to have easier games coming up? I think we actually are, and that's the thing. Which, you know, if you said, are you more likely to beat Man United or Chelsea? No disrespect to Man United. They've beaten us 3 times already this season. So obviously we can't, you know, but they are in a bit of, you know, of a mess at the moment. So 6 minutes at the end, apparently. It could well be. Of course, it was a long time waiting for the penalty. I forgot about that. So, and of course, the injury to Faze and Neto. Oh, a last-minute defending there by Ndidi. So the 2 up front at the moment, we are getting forward more. Yeah, they're talking about us sticking boxes, and I've got to say, you know, that when you're looking at that performance against the West Ham, so it's 6 minutes. Jamie Vardy is up on his own. Daka's running forward. He's still got it, Leicester. Daka ran forward for him, but to be honest with you, Jeff, really? Wow. Who would you want to win that one? Go on, Leicester, get it in the box. It's in the box! Oh! Came off Fafana. I thought he'd had hit Fafana and was going in. The Leicester fans, oh, I'll tell you what, Vardy would have been there. Just showing the penalty again. Oh, he's easily had his foot. There's a corner. El Canoes with the corner. Linesman checking where the ball is. Faze and Cucurella, the two hair bear bunch going up against each other. The corner comes in. It's a low one. And it wasn't a good corner at all. I mean, it was too low. Way too low. Indeed, he kicks it over the back of his head, but there was no Leicester player looking to receive it. But El Canoes tried to play Vardy through. It was so unlucky. The ball just did. I mean, Belfast is arguing about this just fouled it, but his court made the team just give him some time. That was a lovely attempt by El Canoes. Had it gone through, Vardy was on it, but it just didn't quite get past the Chelsea defender. Oh, now Chelsea, they were on the break. They got lots of space here. Oh! Saved by Hermansen. So it's a Chelsea corner now. Oh. Again, Chelsea not being very forward thinking. Yeah, I think you could be right. Keith, you're showing your age. You're showing your age, sir. Cody. Justin. It's offside, and it's a Chelsea. We haven't had many offsides this half, but it is offside. I know, Jeff. It's easier said than done, though, mate. Easier said than done. Connor Cody, of course, who could have moved to Wolves at the end of the season. Sorry, in the January transfer window. Or a loose ball there from Ndidi, but Ndidi then put as a loose ball. Let's try and find. He's got to hit his own players. But can Leicester make an opportunity here right at the end in the last 30 seconds? Christensen gets the ball from El Canoes, crosses it in. It's a defensive header there, but it's an up and under header, if you know what I mean. El Canoes now. Oh, he can't get it past the Chelsea player though. And there it is. It is half time. It is 0-0. And we will be back in a few minutes when I've just watered the plants with the half-time analysis with Tom. Be back after this. Welcome back. I've got a mouthful of food because I'm not eating yet today. It's
Half-time
0-0.
pie.
No, half-time Pringles. But, hey, look, before we get into individual incidents, what a bloody good performance.
I tell you what, it's amazing, isn't it, mate? What a bit of effort, a little bit of desire. I mean, the funny thing is, mate, I think the passing, hasn't been as perhaps precise as it has been, but they're playing it into areas. They're getting it forward, So, yeah, it's a lot more encouraging, this. And I mean, that penalty save, I know we'll get into the individual moments, but these things can lift an entire season, these little moments, if you're fortunate enough. And we had to ride through that, no doubt, in order to get to this point so far. So I just hope, mate, we can go on from here and get the 3 points now.
I mean, it's not easy. And Chelsea were way, way, way on top. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but let me just have a look here. It's not the best, but you can see there. I mean, it's possession-wise. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but it's all Chelsea. 1.18 XG, 0.05 for us. 10 shots to our 1. So, like I say, but I just see so much more desire in this team.
There's a better vibe about it, Chris, and it makes all the difference, doesn't it? I mean, when we've talked about great escapes in the past, you look at that Nigel Pearson great escape season, there was always an energy that we were capable of causing problems for teams, right? And that's what I feel like we're seeing today. I think the problem we've had before is we've tried this sort of thing where we're going to have limited chances, but we're not taking them. I think today we've been a bit more, if we get an opportunity, just get the ball forward and try and do something with it. I know the stats aren't particularly showing it, but I just think that energy is there, and that's encouraging, mate.
Those are the attack stats there. 10 shots, 4 on target. So they're not, firing on all cylinders. And you can see why there's a moment there where Samari gave the ball away and Fofana got it. And he broke. And it was like listening to him talk was like listening to have a conversation with another Leicester fan. Everything was just the same. And Fofana had it, ran forward, and what's the word I'm looking for? No Chelsea player was running with him.
Yeah, ironically, it's a problem we've looked at ourselves this season, Chris, and gone, there's times we've done this and there's times we've been annoyed by it. Cheers, mate. And for once, you're not doing it because we've conceded the goal. So congratulations to all of us.
No, I'm doing it out of pleasure.
But yeah, it's a big 45 minutes we've got coming up, no doubt about it. But we set ourselves up now with a great shout at this, So I just really hope we can push on, be very encouraged, and, keep our chins up and keep going, mate.
Yeah. Just showing, I thought it was Vardy that hit the woodwork, but it was actually a defensive. It came off a Chelsea player. But, Vardy, that defensive header had to be made because Vardy was just behind. And we are getting into those positions. And Daka is doing a lot of off-the-ball running.
Absolutely, mate. And a lot of it is we needed to, I think, in my opinion, create more space for people like El Khanous and Vardy up there. So actually having Daka there, just someone they've got to watch, who's got a bit of pace and can burst, is an incredibly useful thing to do. I think we're seeing a better balance to it today because ultimately we are a team that is going to be under the cosh against teams like Chelsea. But there's ways you are under the cosh and there's ways you deal with it. And today is the best I've seen us deal with it so far this entire season, including going back to Cooper, in my opinion.
Yeah. The largest elephant in the room, says Ray, and he's quite right, is we still don't have one single central midfielder who can pass a single shot. Sumare and Ndidi, neither of them were actually able to pass. And I jokingly said this to the Chelsea fan. He's going to get lots of balls off us because our central midfield players will think we're playing in blue still.
I missed the question because I froze there. I do apologise. Do you want to try again?
We are going to that comment by Ray. I said the Chelsea will get lots of balls from us because we'll be passing it to them because they think we're playing in blue. And it's Sumari and Ndidi. Both of them have been awful again with their passing.
Yeah, I question Ndidi a little bit because the first thing he automatically does is seem to turn around backwards and pass it backwards. And I'd like to see him turn forwards. I know it sounds daft. It's a little twist, mate. Just turn the opposite way, Wolf. Because the problem is, like you say, then they're passing without looking behind them. And that is dangerous against the Chelsea team, but we know what Enzo does, where they might have someone bursting through the middle. So I agree with you. That's something we've got to work on. And I think it's like the rest of the team. Get them forward facing. Get them forward facing and get the ball forward, not backwards. Stop making it harder for ourselves.
Yeah. 4 tackles from them, 6 from us. That's good to see. 1 tackles, we've won 4 of those. Total clearance is 11 from them, 21 from us. And look, they're always going to have more possession. Look at the players they've got. Do you know what I mean? Headed clearances, that is a defensive performance. And, I'm not going to say individuals until we come on later, but that is a defensive performance to be proud of. And distribution here, passes, 325, 145 from us, but that goes with the possession, I think. 145 passes. Actually, in fairness, 103 isn't bad. 21 of those were backwards, but 62 were forward.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen that for a long time, Chris. And I've been preaching this for a hell of a long time now. I said it, I literally would have them facing forwards, and if they were passing back too much, I'd be finding them in training because we got into that negative mentality too much. Look, Chelsea are a big football club. You know, they're a very difficult team. You know what you're going to get. But like you say, this is a defensive performance. And also, let's give Connor Cody a little bit of a shout here because I had a feeling if we can utilize him in the right way, there is something there that is like a 6 out of 10, which is what we need right now. We've had 3s and 2s out of 10s the whole season.
Yeah.
So credit so far with that, and I want to see more of that.
They look dangerous, Chelsea, going forward, but I've got to say it's the most confident I felt in our defence for many a game. But just before the penalty, there was a shout for another penalty. And I've written down here, Chelsea claiming everything a penalty. You know, if
Yeah, they're very...
the ball up, it's a penalty.
Yeah, they're very low vibration, aren't they? Like Sancho, as soon as he got trod on, just dove over like he was. And don't get me wrong, I think it was a penalty because you can't stand on someone's foot. I mean, but realistically, these things probably happen in the box all the time and go unnoticed during corners. So it's a bit, you know. So I don't like players like that, Chris. I mean, to be honest, I'm just happy to be sat here talking about our team, playing with honour, playing with positivity and not being that way, because I think you encourage bad luck onto you if you're going to be diving around and being low vibrational like Jadon Sancho in particular has.
Palmer, when he went down from that challenge to Luke Thomas, Colton Palmer wasn't actually shouting for a penalty.
No, that is true. No, I think he's a bit more. It shows you, but the effect of characters. You were talking about Fofana pre-match as well, and like Fofana and Tielemans, for example, the mentalities of players we should never sign again. And I think Chelsea have got a lot of those players, but they're not all of them. Like the same with us, it's that balance, isn't it, mate? And I think we're finding the better balance today because we're going behind the players that are going to put the shift in.
Yeah. Talk about the penalty, like you just said. I think if it was, I always say, was it a penalty? Wasn't it a penalty? If it was the other end, would I be shouting for it? Yeah. Yes, I would. I thought the fact that he went down so dramatically, I mean, he could have won an Oscar for that, couldn't he? You know, I'm sure there was a Russian judge in the at Stamford Bridge that stood up and went 10.
Yeah,
but
embarrassing.
It was a penalty. But what a save from Hermansen.
Yeah, amazing, mate. And what a moment. I don't think I've cheered anything as much as I've cheered that this season. My poor neighbours, I think, they must have thought that I was having something going on in here because I was screaming and running around. I was that excited that we saved it, you know. And also credit to him because he held up the penalty, you know, and it's gamesmanship. It's part of the game, mate. They were putting the ball too far forward on the spot.
You know.
Absolutely. I'll be doing the same.
He obviously wasn't out of what he should be doing because he didn't get a yellow card or a warning. And as soon as the assistant referee said back on your line, he did. And he had a foot on that line. Oh, and it wasn't Palmer's best penalty, but he hadn't missed 1 in 12. He hadn't missed any in 12. He scored all 12 penalties this season. Longest run of any striker, or any penalty taker, I should say. Well, he hasn't got that record anymore. He's missed that one. Wasn't the best penalty, but Hermansen did enough. And at the end of the day, I always say with penalties, it's for the player to miss because the goalkeeper should not have a chance from 12 yards.
Yeah, agreed, mate. Completely agree. It's a very hard thing to do, especially against a quality of player like he is. I mean, the nice thing today is we're seeing the foundation at the back. The goalkeeper is leading very strongly. The back five, they're doing work rate. They're leading well. Second half, we need now to shift into the more forward thinking because we can't keep leaning too much on that and putting ourselves under pressure because eventually we will probably concede a goal and lose 1-0. So second half now, if I was rude at half time, it's boys. More forward facing. We know we can defend. We've done it now for 45 minutes. Let's go and score some goals. Not just one, get two. Really go for it every time. There's a gap down the right, definitely. Justin can get forward down there because Cucurella's all over the place.
Yeah. Kate's just messaged me. Sorry, didn't do a pre-match video because she's not gone to the game, but she's cut her finger, and it is quite bad.
Really? Bless her. That's all right.
Just cooking. And Jim has messaged me. I don't know if I can show this at all. I'll try and bring it up.
I think I know the picture he sent you, mate, because he sent me it as well.
Yeah, and I can't bring it up at the moment. On that,
I'll send it to you, mate, on your phone number. You can do it at full time. All right.
I can do it. Yeah, if I can do it on my send it me on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'll send the picture on WhatsApp. All right, Jim will be happy with that full time.
let's hope the players aren't dog tired. That probably anyway gives you a clue. Out for the second half, mate. Fingers crossed. I will see you at half time.
1-0 Leicester. I called it. 1-0 Leicester. Come on, you foxes.
You did indeed. Let's see. See you at full time, mate.
Let's enjoy it, guys. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go, Foxes. Okay, let me just get this up here. And we will get ready for the second half. I don't think we're going to be seeing any changes. I think Chelsea will be the more disappointing, or more disappointed, I should say. So Chelsea going to kick off. Jamie Vardy, only 4 touches in the first half. So the second half, Leicester in this ice blue, ice white, whatever you want to call it. Top and shorts and blue socks, kicking from right to left. Chelsea, blue top, blue shorts, with a funny sort of painted pattern in there. They're kicking from left to right. So there has been no changes, I think, from either side. It is certainly a game that is being dominated by Chelsea. There's no doubt about that. Oh, out fast, a good defensive tackle there. Wow, you know things might be going for you well when FaZe puts a tackle in. Cucurella. Well, he didn't put a tackle, it was a block, but he still got back for it, which is something he doesn't always do, in my opinion. The corner for Chelsea coming in. Hernandez. Oh, it's just gone out for a goal kick. Thomas Tuchel in the crowd watching future England players. I don't think there'll be any on the Leicester side that will be watching. Oh, Sumari holding on to the ball so long. So I've coded for a free kick. Sumari then, great run forward. Don't know what he was trying to do. So chip of the box comes in. Oh, Hermansen makes the save. Hermansen's having a good game. Oh, no free kick. El Khanous is not happy, but Chelsea can now break down this near side. Oh, Sancho tried to be too clever there. The assistant gives a free kick. Took his time to decide, but we do get the free kick. I think we got lucky with that one. Yeah. Oh, Bowley is in the crowd. You know, they have made more money. They are when it comes to purchasing players, Chelsea have spent more money than any club in the world. Vardy back to Faz. Faz on the halfway line. Chips it forward. Oh, it doesn't quite go through to the Leicester player, unfortunately. And it's easily picked up by Sanchez. I mean, like I said before, I hope if we do get something from this game playing this way, I hope he just doesn't revert back to the other way of playing afterwards. Hi, Fields. How you doing, sir? Oh. Oh, dangerous play here from Madsen Manson. I'd have preferred him to have kicked it upfield. Oh, I'll tell you what, though, that was a nice bit. Oh, got away with that. It was a nice bit of play to clear out to get out the defence. Playing it 1-2, and then we nearly threw it away, but we've still got it. Daka's clip there didn't come off. Vardy. Oh! 51 minutes gone. Vardy has a shot. It did end from a good move, though. So this has got the Leicester fans singing now. El Khanous. Is this going to be a decent corner? Yeah, it is. Oh. Still headed clear, but at least it got into the box. It got past the first man. El Khanous gets it back. This time it's a low pass in. Which again, if you're going to play passes across the floor, they ain't going to go past a defender. So Neto now, without his headband on, shoots and it's just wide, but it is a corner. Yeah, Neto has his bandage off. I presume FaZe has. I haven't seen FaZe. Makes him harder to recognise. What is that kit? A bit like the Leicester away kit, you know, the black one with the fireworks on. So it's just a case of going for something different. The corner comes in, headed clear, but no Leicester player is out. And Chelsea can pump it straight back in. Did we need 11 players back then? Oh, Fernandez got all the time. Oh, he's clear. He's got the pass back. Oh. Oh, now is that another penalty? Now El Khanous is brought. The Daka was brought down. We had the chance to have a break there. He's talking. Is that a penalty? Another penalty for Chelsea, perhaps. Oh, no, that should be a yellow card. That was a dive. If ever I've seen a dive. Well, Jeff, I tell you what, mate, we won the Premier League that way, didn't we? Just to confirm, Bournemouth are beating Tottenham 1-0. So it's Tottenham Hotspur 0, AFC Bournemouth 1. It's at the same stage in their game as we are in ours. So Bournemouth up to 6th at the moment. So it's a free kick into the box. Offside for Cody there. The tables as it stands at the moment, Leicester on 18 and above Ipswich. We are 5 points still behind Wolves. Tottenham down to 13th with 33 points, probably where they were before. Leicester still coming forward, actually. Go on! Sanchez goes and gets it. Vardy may have caught him. Bournemouth up to 6th. No, he had to go for it. It was brave goalkeeping. I'm going to say that it was brave goalkeeping. So, Ruud van Nistelrooy said he was going to go attacking in this game, and he has done. Let's be honest. Chelsea. Pumping it forward. It's headed clear, though, by Leicester. But Chelsea have still got it. So Cucurella on the far side ends up back with Colwell, back to Cucurella, back to Colwell. But he has to run back to get it. It's virtually back on it's back in their own half now for Chelsea in the centre circle. No, ball through, but good defending from Chelsea. Jamie Vardy didn't get to it. Oh, Chelsea down the far side on the edge of the box. Chelsea players are calling, but could it be a long kick here from Chelsea? Oh, we get the foot in, but we can't keep it. Yeah, the Chelsea fans, as we said, they might getting a little bit frustrated. They're not happy with Enzo Ball. It's still Chelsea dominating the game. But look, like Jeff said, Forest did it yesterday, and we won the Premier League with little possession. So you just never know. On Canoes there, having a battle with Fofana. It's into the box. Oh, good defending by Leicester. Samare gets the free kick. Chelsea can't believe it. Was it Ndidi? Ndidi, I think, won the free kick there. Haven't seen much of Samare. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's show because last week, of course, we didn't give the Leicester players any points. Manson gets the ball and boots it upfield. He got it off of Manson, Christensen, but straight to a Leicester Chelsea player. Coming forward down this right-hand side. One 1-0 Chelsea. You can't say it wasn't coming. So it's 1-0. That was a long shot. Yeah, not closed down at all. Now, let's see how Leicester react to this. Defenders again, not closed down. How many times are we saying this? So, where Ruud van Nistelrooy must, if he had more hair, he'd be pulling it out, surely. Surely. Cucurella now going from attack to defence. And getting a big cheer off the Chelsea fans. I just feel he should have been closed down more. It was a great strike, Prashant, but it should have been closed down. We do need to react, and it will be interesting to see how we react. Of course, we've seen this in past games. We've just given up. Oh, and again, a poor ball. We had the ball and we just played it straight to a Chelsea player. Passing is just shit. So Winks is coming on. Be interesting to see who's going to go off. Hopefully Samari, because I haven't seen an awful lot of him. Anyway, let's have the ball with James on the far side. Fraser. Ball's going around the back here. We still have it, Leicester. No, it's on the far side. And it all ends up back with Madsen Manson. Oh. It was a good effort there by Christensen. Lovely ball forward and into the box. It got behind the last defender. Unfortunately, it was just a bit too hard for Vardy. Yep, Sumari is off and Winks is on. I've got to say, being booed obviously by the Chelsea fans, being an ex-Tottenham player. But yeah, Winks is on. We need, hopefully, he can bring his passing game. We all know his passing hasn't been brilliant. Adu, Doug, how you doing? So the first sub of the game. Prashant. You nearly, well, you didn't have a good start yesterday, did you? I couldn't believe it when I turned it on. It was Liverpool 0, Southampton 1. Oh, we give the ball away again. Oh, good. Yeah, no, it's coming forward for Chelsea on the edge of the box. Oh. Vardy took the ball well. Winks going forward. James Justin. A Canoe, sorry, on the far side. Oh! Cross came in from Canoes. It was a lovely cross, in fairness. And Winks and Vardy were both in the box. But unfortunately, Sanchez came out and took the ball. We played a lot better. Oh, it went down to the post there from Fernandez, but thankfully Hermansen got down. Yeah, we played, I mean, to be honest with you, we played a lot better. We're 1-0 down. Chelsea have got all the possession. Chelsea are on top, but look, they're in 5th place in the Premier League. You'd expect that. But we're not out of it. We are certainly not out of this game. We're playing 2 up front. And if you compare this performance to West Ham, it's like -1 to 70. That's the difference. You know, we're showing more intent. Chelsea up to 4th actually now. Sorry, they were 5th. They're up to 4th now, taken over from Man City, of course, who lost to Forest. Daka on the ball. Plays it out. Cross comes in. Christensen. Oh. Daka there went to try to get the ball back. Tosin went down, got caught. It was a good move. I think Ndidi there came up forward with the ball. Christensen whipped it in. Oh, yeah. Daka, unfortunately, his attempt to get the ball did take the Chelsea defender out. 68 minutes gone. Chelsea 1, Leicester 0. Did we expect to win this? No. Are we performing better than I thought? Yes. Oh, now it's all happening at White Hart Lane. Tottenham Hotspur 1, AFC Bournemouth 2. Wow. 3 goals there, 1 goal here. And unfortunately, it's gone the way of the home side. Chelsea 1, Leicester City 0. A long ball over the top by Cody. Cucurella defending well against Jamie Vardy. Oh, the throw-in that he given away is taken quickly by Leicester. And we got another throw-in as well. No, we haven't. The ball never went out. Looked like it had gone out. Harry Winks again, a loose ball. Oh, Cole Palmer, the block shot. Oh. Again, Harry Winks, is he a championship player? Really, Prashant? That's interesting. That is very interesting. 8th corner of the night, and so Chelsea 2 to Leicester. 70 minutes gone, 20 minutes left. Enzo with the corner here for Chelsea. And obviously having a word with Harry Winks and Ndidi. Cucurella is really trying to put Hermanson off. Winks is marking him. Pass headed up and out. Goes back to Enzo Fernandez though. But all Cucurella was trying there was just trying to get in the goalkeeper's way, and then he's wondered why he's being protected by Harry Winks. Mad, I tell you. It's a goal kick. Colwell didn't connect well with the head from the cross, and Chelsea are about to make some substitutions on 71 minutes. Fofana's going off. Yeah, applause from three sides of Stamford Bridge as they say for Fofana. Go on, fall over and break your leg, you garlic munching Frenchman. So Fofana and Palmer are off. Jaboa and George on. And also for Leicester, El Khanous and Buenete on. I think El Khanous definitely, for me, has been probably my best player, but he's come off. But I don't know in this formation whether you could play Buenete. There's a free kick to Chelsea in their own half in the centre circle, and it's taken. I don't know whether I'd have taken El Khanous off, but I might have left El Khanous on. Maybe Daka or Vardy off. Oh, Chelsea come away. Fortunately, I wouldn't say we still look like scoring. That's the problem with two up front. Oh, Thomas there, who's had a good game. Indeed, he down, holding his head. Be a few minutes while they just check this out. Guys, will you please support the channel and do a bit of this?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel now and make sure you never miss another upload. Leave a like now. Ring the bell and never miss another video.
Into the last 15 minutes. Oh, it's Daka who was down. Sorry, not Indeedy, Daka. Do you bring AU on or do you bring Dakova Reed on? Can't believe I'm actually saying that. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Good defending by Leicester. But again, indeed, it's tackled and we lose it. And Chelsea again now, just outside the box. In the box now. It's a corner to Chelsea. It's the 9th corner of the game. Neto's running over for taking it. To take it. The second goal would probably kill, well, it probably wouldn't probably, will kill the game off. Good header from James Justin, but it goes straight back in from a Chelsea player. And then Fass heads it out. Rodotti, good defending there against Enzo Fernandez, and it's out for another corner. Thank you, Craig. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. I don't think they, I mean, there's all about Leicester searching for the equalising goal. I don't think they will do. Headed clear by Ndidi, but only as far as a Chelsea player. And it's back out to Fernandez, who chips the ball in. Oh. Tim Robinson blows his whistle. It's a free kick to Leicester in the box. I've got to say, this time last week, I was actually messaging my daughter. This time, I've got a load of notes to read out in case it was boring. Not had time to read those out. Manson. Oh, it's kept in. Just in. Just can't get the ball. Just won't fall for us for a break. Oh. The Chelsea claiming another penalty. Who knew? VAR are looking at this. No, I don't think it is. Yeah. He's got a 7-foot cut. I mean, there's no way. I mean, he had his back to the ball. How could he see what he was doing with his hands? Just sensible. Enzo's the commentator just said Enzo may be more worried than Nistelrooy. The points are there for Chelsea to lose. Yeah. We're into 9 minutes to go. Craig, I am doing. At least I'm not drinking it because I'm pissed off this week. The referee's having more words with the defenders. And Tottenham have equalised. It's Tottenham 2, AFC Bournemouth 2. Back at Stamford Bridge, it's going to be the corner finally to be taken. It's taken a minute, and he's been talking to the. I mean, they're saying on the screen quite rightly, the players know what the rules are. Oh, Tosin headed it in, but it was headed clear by a Leicester defender. But it's Chelsea who've got it again. The moment it's all being played in the Leicester half. You just never know. One break. That was well done by Leicester there. There's a soft nudge in the back of the Leicester player, and he went down. Indeedy. Three changes coming for Leicester. We could be seeing Ricardo Pereira. That's a free kick to Leicester. Yes, he was pulled back. The substitutions are going to happen now. So you've got Ayew, Dakova Reed, and Ricardo. So Mavididi for Ayew, Daka for DCR. Sorry, let's get this right. Ayew is on. Ricardo is on. I'm just getting a little bit confused here. Mavididi is on for Daka. Let me just get this right here. Pereira is on for Justin. And Dakova Reed is on for Christensen. So let's just see. No Ayew. I thought Ayew was going to come on. Prashant, we've played well. I mean, we've had to defend. Ricardo shot there. Well, we know that we know he likes doing them. "85 minutes gone." Yeah, look, we've been under the thumb. I mean, if you look at the stats, it will be all Chelsea, but we're still in with a shout. 1-0, anything is possible. And there's going to be another substitution coming up in a bit, possibly for Chelsea, just to run the clock down. Again, the Chelsea players just want it more. Neto had the injury before. He's going to have to change his shirt and probably just get his head looked at as well.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel now and make sure you never miss another upload. Leave a like now. Ring the bell and never miss another video.
One 0 87 minutes just gone. I reckon about 3-4 minutes added on, possibly. We had 6 in the first half. Oh, good ball. But again, we just lose it too easy. The substitution for Chelsea. Referee having to say to the Chelsea player, "Excuse me, it's you that's going off, mate." Nkunku is off. And Achapong is on. So it's a free kick to Chelsea, just inside their own half on the far side. We're into the dying throes of the game. Oh, that was a good defensive header. I think Thomas there. Winks has it now. Oh, Winks has lost it again. Ricardo just gets his head to it, which just put the player off a little bit, but Leicester have it just. Buonanotte now. Oh, Buonanotte just held the ball too long. That was an opportunity lost there. 6 minutes again. So Leicester have it now, coming away. Amanson came out. Winks is on the ball. Plays it out to Mavididi. Oh, he gets the ball in, but he does not a very good cross in. Very, again, low. Certainly by Mavididi's standards, it's very, very bad. I don't know if Ricardo can get that. The Govereed goes. Cucurella blasted it out, but he did well because it blasted off the Govereed. "12 defeats from 13 games at the moment, folks. What does that tell you? Thomas to Mavididi. Puts inside. Handball. Well, it did hit his hand, but again, no, I don't think that. Well, it wasn't a penalty, and I can understand that, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, as much as I would have loved it to have been a penalty. Are we going to see another Southampton? Can Leicester get the cross in? Oh! Honestly, that could have been the chance. Who knows? That might be the last chance gone. It was played on behind Bonete. And Chelsea break here. It's a corner. Had that ball just been forward from in front of Bonete, who knows? Now, Jeff. Methinks you're just being a little tad sarcastic here. It's not big and it's not clever. You're taking the time, Chelsea, which is annoying as it is. You can understand. Throw in for Chelsea, having had a 4-man battle near the corner flag. Cody pumps it upfield. Free kick to Leicester. As the Chelsea player was taking a ride on top of Jamie Vardy. Ashington getting the yellow card. That's the first one. "30 seconds. Oh my God. Madsen Manson pumps it up. A wasted ball up forward. Indeed, he hooks it forward. It's headed away. Headed back in though. He can't get it on. Again. Oh, Thomas has lost it. Oh no, this is 2. Oh. Good save. Full time, 1-0. What can you say? I can say an awful lot, but I'm going to save it for the post-match, and we'll be back with the post-match and my fellow guests as soon as I again have gone and watered my plants. Please don't go away. It is Chelsea 1, Leicester City 0. Better performance. Unfortunately, as always, the same result. But is this the moment when we started to turn it round? We'll be back with the post-match reaction. Gentlemen.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I have a son and a grandson who were dressed in the wrong kit. So, and then my good luck charm.
What? Yeah, is that
That's
that,
Ivy.
I mean, that's child cruelty. You can't make a child wear a Chelsea top.
When it's your son and your grandson, and to have them watch a match with you, that's good.
You get down the solicitors first thing tomorrow morning, Jim, and you take them out, you will.
They're already out. At least we gave you $80 million for Fofana. It's played about 10 games for us in the 3 years.
Yeah, you're welcome to Fofana. We don't want him back. But thanks for the head up. So no swearing. Oh, Wayne was here, but he's gone. I don't know quite where he's gone to. In fact, I tell you what, if I do it that way, because there's only the 4 of us in today, so I'll go on the bottom. It's been a long time since I said that. So look, guys, let's start by saying, yep, the result did not go our way. But I want to look at the performance first, and we'll go through the match in detail in a bit. But Jim, let's come to you first. That performance, yeah, all right, you can look at it and you can say, they dominated, they had all the possession, everything like that. But was it not a hell of a lot better performance from Leicester?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, it started with the new formation. That gave us some hope. We wanted to see something different. So from the get-go, it was exciting for Leicester fans to have something to look forward to. We were really in it till the very end. And it's not a strong Chelsea squad, but I thought everybody who was on the pitch for us played well. I mean, I think they really put an effort in. So yeah, it was exciting.
You're gonna find this hard to accept, Tom, but Faze didn't play badly either, did he?
Oh my word, I might faint, Chris. Jesus, did you really just say that? That is remarkable.
I'm gonna have to say credit where credit lies. He did.
He did. I've been calling this formation for weeks, as you boys know. I was messaging you all, sending it out on a bit of paper, going, we need to do something like this. And lo and behold, as soon as we do, we look a lot more competitive. It is disappointing not to get something today. That because of the time, because of the scenario we're in, it's very disappointing not to get something. But at least we could be a little bit more prouder today. Because today, irrelevant of quality, and there was some poor quality out there towards the end. Thomas, bless him, looked a little bit caught short, and a few other players did. But they put a graft in, they put a shift in, and that's all we've asked for, really, beyond anything else. I mean, if you're going to go down swinging. It's the opportunities in life sometimes you don't take that can haunt you the most, and today could be one of those days. But hopefully, make bigger picture steps forward.
Wayne, two up front, no difference really. I mean, when you've got two plays, you've got Vardy, who, all right, he tried. He had 4 touches in the first half. Daka, he had a couple of runs. But even with 2 up front, we never looked like we were going to score, did we?
No, and like Tom's been saying, let's get 2 up front, play 5 at the back, change the formation. And it was a good improvement, but it doesn't matter if you play 2 or 3 up front. Sometimes we had 5 of our players behind the most advanced player. So that then means logically, you're going to 5 of our players in between their striker and the goal. And that we just struggled to develop attacking play. And I think at one stage it was 43 touches in the box for Chelsea and 3 for Leicester. So yeah, it's just that element of quality. Close but no cigar, but at least we were close, but we didn't get to puff on a cigar.
No, I'm not going there. Okay. But I've got to say, I thought we had the opportunity to bring on a star player, and I think we just totally missed out on the chance.
Well, she's pretty good, actually, but well, it's another part of the cheering section. Yes.
I did say that at the start we should have brought on Jan Vestergaard's dog. He could probably dribble better than Wout Faes. But Look, I just want to pass on. It says hi, Jim, and then hi, Wayne, as well. Brad, not been able to join today. I don't know if you still can, Brad, but sorry, just not even fussed. We played better. We was flat out garbage, passing the ball in the midfield and attack.
It wasn't good, but
I think that's a bit harsh, Wayne.
I think that's quite accurate, really. We struggled. When Winks came on, things improved. Ricky P, my God, the quality of that guy when he came on the pitch. And it's the same old thing of midfield, Samare, God bless him. He goes on a run. He can't progress the ball. He makes the wrong choices at the right time. And the attacks were just breaking. That's why we had 3 touches in the opposition box compared to their 43. We couldn't get the ball forward.
No. But, Jim, Derek says here, more positive than negatives, 10 times better than surrender at West Ham. I'd go further and say 100 times better than the game at West Ham. And I know what Brad's saying, and I've made notes here about we still couldn't pass wind at times. But if we'd put that performance in earlier in the season, who knows? Look, we're playing Chelsea. They've just gone up to 4th, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe they have gone up to, yes, they have gone up to 4th. So even if we'd got, the team that we had under, Brendan Rodgers, we might probably have struggled, to get anything here. I'm just pleased, despite what Brad says, and I'll argue with him, I'm just pleased to get the result.
Oh,
sorry, not the result, the performance. Sorry.
No, once again, and that's the key. We knew they were a top 5 squad, and we went to their place, and we put the effort out there. The new formation, like we talked about, but the players. I agree with Wayne. I love to see Ricky P back out there. But even before then, we had players in positions. Granted, we were playing defensive for a while, just to kind of get it to halftime. But I had a different feel. You guys will agree. It just had a different feel to it. So, yes, I'll take it. Go to Stamford Bridge on the road, have a chance to at least draw. It was 0-0 at half, so we were in it, and we were in it for a draw till the very end. And, it was good. It was positive.
1-0, Wayne, we are still in it, aren't we? Wayne, sorry. 1-0, Tom. You're so similar, I get you mixed up. It's the beard. You both got beards, all right.
That's being beardish, Chris.
It is. You've got some way to go, though, Wayne. But, Tom, at 1-0 up, you are still in it. And if we'd come away with the point, and it's all down to split decisions, the ball had gone in front of Brenetti rather than behind him. If Jacoba Reed had maybe passed rather than tried to go for it is those decisions. And we are still a team that is looking over our shoulder and probably still very nervous about making the wrong decision.
Yeah, totally, mate. Because when you've been in that vibration for so long and things haven't been going your way, there's a high mental challenge. And when things are going your way, you look at a team like Bournemouth, nothing phases them because they're on a good run, but we're on a bad one, so things will phase us. I think this is it, isn't it? The energy was better today. And let's be real here. The passing wasn't good in midfield. Of course it wasn't. But we know we haven't got the quality. We know that. There's nothing we can do about that. We've got the players we got now until the end of the season. So you have to put out a system which is going to bring the best out of them, which is what I think we've seen today. I would still argue the bigger problem now I'm seeing is we cannot attack a set piece to save our life. What is the point in us winning a corner or a free kick, mate? Because we can defend them. But I tell you what, we've got one of our legs cut off if you can't score from these opportunities. You need to when you're a team like us. So it's just almost like we fix one problem slightly, a bit better, but then other problems are still highlighted, which just shows you the depth of the problem. So I think, more positives and negatives from the energy standpoint today, because I think that's all you can offer when the quality isn't there, and it was better.
Jim, I'll come to you first, but the same question coming to you after, Wayne. 5-2-1-2, no pun intended, is that the way forward? Or do you think Ruud will go back to, 4-3, whatever he was playing before?
I'm hoping that he stays with it, because it did put the positives on, just exactly what we've been saying. I mean, we are who we are. We have not done well in the formation that he's put us in up till now. We clamored for a change. We got the change, and we were in the match. So why not stick with it again? It gives the players another week in training to work with that. And maybe he takes it as a positive in training to say, guys, great first steps. Let's take it further. I know I sound ultimately optimistic, but because I am, I just like the fact he finally made a change and we showed an effort out there. We are the quality we are, as Tom just said, but at least if we use who we are and show the effort, we may get a good result. Stick with it.
Wayne, I mean, again, I would say stick with this. We've got a Man United team coming up next who probably have less confidence than we do. Had that performance today been against Man United next week, I think we would have got something. You do stick with this now, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting when we talk about formations, think like five at the back. And I did expect to see sort of Christensen and JJ much further up the pitch, but he played them quite flat, actually. And to be honest, it really, although like Chelsea are brilliant around the box, we kind of kept them at bay. And at half time, you're thinking, well, apart from the penalty, how many, oh my God, moments did we have in the first half? So you've got to say in that setting that Rude got his tactics bang on, to be honest. To be still in the game 0-0 against Chelsea, as you said, in the Champions League, brilliant display first half.
We discussed at half time, didn't we, Tom, that, Chelsea fans, talking to the Chelsea fan that I was when he came on my channel, then I went on his channel on Friday night, Chelsea Fancast, and thank you very much, Jids, for coming on and having me on. They were talking about Enzo the way that we were talking about Enzo last season. The problem was we were 17 points clear at the top. They're not, and they're struggling. They were, when they were looking at games, and I saw that there was no, it was booze or not, but you could tell the Chelsea fans weren't happy. I mean, Fofana took the ball off Samari at one point and broke through, and then there was nobody there with him because they're all, and it was just like hearing Leicester talk when I was speaking to him. But I think, we could have come away with something. And stats, and we'll come on to the stats later, they don't always tell the full story. But I think we were actually a little bit unlucky today.
I do. I think the work rate, mate, made up so much, really. And like you say, I mean, we know, and the thing is, we know Enzo well. If there's a team of players out in the Premier League that's going to know what Enzo's going to do, it's going to be Leicester City Football Club. So I appreciate the fact that we handled it pretty well in the circumstances. Yeah, in the middle, we could debate forever. It's funny, this Enzo thing, though, because I think in some ways they've got to be a little bit careful, Chelsea, because what Enzo does, I know it's not attractive. I know there's elements of it which are frustrating when you're trying to think we want to be more attacking. These are long football seasons nowadays. If you're in the Champions League, you've got 60 games potentially. I think this is the way football is going to have to go for the fitness levels, mate. So I think actually Chelsea are one step ahead, even if it's a bit difficult right now. So I think they should stick with it. But yeah, I mean, once again, the quality was better. And I agree with what you said. I think if we played Manchester United today, I think we not only would have drawn, I think we would have won. I think we'd have won that.
I get what Tom's saying there, but I'm sorry, if you're in the Champions League and you're a club like Chelsea, you've got the fucking money. You've got 556 first team registered players. All right, you can only actually play, so many, but I'm sorry, I don't have any sympathy with that. That football today, Chelsea, they had a 73% win probability over our 11. They should have mullered us today, shouldn't they?
Absolutely. And I watched the match with my son. He's not normally allowed over here, but I allowed him over today in his Chelsea shirt. But no, he's been a fan of that team forever. But we're sitting there. He told me sitting there, he said, Dad, this is not a great Chelsea squad. He says, I wouldn't be surprised if Leicester pulls off a point, at least today. So, and what he's saying as a Chelsea fan, I agree with. they definitely were gettable. And he just didn't have that extra bit to make it happen. I mean, even the close call we got that came off the crossbar, it was really off their player. It wasn't like he had a clear shot. But this, even though they're playing top 5 in the league, it isn't a super strong team, but they have Premier League caliber players across the board. They're just not great in a lot of positions, but their players are better position by position than we are.
I'm sorry, just to interrupt there. I do have to interrupt because there is some breaking news just coming through.
Oh, God. Oh, I'll have what she's having.
Tottenham Hotspur 2, AFC Bournemouth 2.
I don't know, it's so difficult not to look smug at this point.
And I to believe that I actually went 2-2.
I thought you were going to tell us Rude was sacked like he did after that Ipswich game with Fleming Cooper.
No. Three spot on. 11 points this week in the table. What did you go for in that one, Wayne? Oh, you went 3-1.
Yeah, I knew when both the armpits came out, Chris, you got the full
points. 7 points though. You wiping the floor with Brad. I've got to say, but no, sorry, I couldn't resist that. Bring it on, yes. Wayne, I discussed this with Tom at half time, so I'm going to come to Wayne and Jim. Wayne first. The penalty. It was a penalty. Unfortunately, Cole Palmer scored 12 out of 12. The top penalty taker this season in the Premier League. Hadn't missed one, but then again, he'd never taken one against Super Mads Manson before.
No, and he did all the dirty gamesmanship before, didn't he? Like, it's not on the penalty spot and everything like that, which a lot of other keepers do. It's part of the game. I mean, to give a penalty in that area of the penalty box is that's bonkers, really. But what a save. Palmer used to be in my fancy football team, took him out, and he just hasn't scored since. Was it that fan that said, one of my mates, Chelsea fan, he said, he thinks Enzo Maresca is like spoiling Palmer, like quashing what he does because he plays like so many intricate systems. It's like the players that are normally pass and move the typical Chelsea way, they're just not able to do that. And the guy that you had on with your preview, Chris, he wasn't a fan of Enzo, was he, at all?
No, not at all, no.
Yeah, but you sort of go in at half time, but to save a penalty, I mean, what a boost for the team. What a boost for the team.
Jim, your thoughts on the penalty? I mean, it was a good save. I mean, as I said, and I was talking about it at half time with Tom, there was no way a penalty should ever be missed when you think about it, really. But they are. As England fans, we know only too well. But what a good penalty save that was.
Right, and it definitely was a penalty. Watching what built up to it, gamesmanship or not, I was enjoying it because you want to get in the head if at all you can. I was fearful at first that Mads came off his line a little early, but it was a great save. My son sitting next to me said he's going to go to Hermansen's left in the lower, and sure enough, he did. But Mads was all over it, so it was a big boost to our morale early in the match. It's what we needed. And I could see Rude just saying, all right, fellas, stay on task. And we did pretty much the first half. But, yeah, it was a big boost.
Does your son know the lottery results for tonight by any chance?
No.
Bloody hell, typical. Yeah, he was no way was he off the line there, was he, Tom?
No, I think it's daft, mate. I think you can stand on the line. I think once the player struck it, I don't see a problem with diving forwards and left. I think it's part of the game. I think every goalkeeper does it, even if you're not really meant to, because you've got to narrow the angle. So it is what it is. Yeah, so no, I've got no problem with any of it, really, mate. It's frustrating. I think we only lost by 1 goal in the end because it happened to be Cucurella, who, as usual, was probably the most antagonistic player on the opposition since Brad Marchand of the Boston Bruins, now with Florida, Jim. There we go. Yeah, so difficult, very difficult element of it, mate. But like I said, I'm saying, the big issue, I don't really get him address today. Well, he's was better.
Tom, not catching
United.
that at all. You're breaking up. I'm catching every third word.
Oh, sorry, mate. I'll pass it over. Is it all right now? Can you hear me?
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I think the thing is today, we just literally got to, in the dressing room, take the positives from this and apply it to the next game. I know it's a step forward, and if we don't get these step forwards right and quickly, we've definitely got no chance. Yeah, I think take it into the night, but I'll be expecting some points.
I actually was watching a TikTok video on a penalty save, and it was South America or somewhere like that. And the penalty was taken, and it had to be retaken because the goalkeeper came off his line, and he's going like, "Me, gov." Yeah, I mean, he literally took 2 steps forward, so it had to be retaken. So they retook the penalty. He did the same again. He came off his line. So they retook the penalty for a 3rd time, and he missed it. I mean, he kicked it over the bar. So it's classic. But yeah, it was a good save. We had Wayne the odd good move in that first half, but again, two up front we've been screaming for, but we just haven't got the 2 up front that we need. We sold one of them, didn't we?
Yeah, it does make you, a lot of us fans, what would Cannon have done in some of the games? Would he got us the odd goal that maybe got us a draw? I mean, El Canoes, you know what, that guy, he tries 100%, tackles back, and he did dinked a couple of players, got a shot on target, the first shot on target in the match, actually. So El Canoes, he's just quality. You just look at him, you think, oh, it just would be lovely for him to have better quality players around him. Because then I think we've had a couple of more quality, like Ricky P coming back in, then we would get more shots on target. We would get more attempts on goal and maybe actually score one, Chris.
Well, Ricardo, Jim came on. It was good to see him. We'll come on to that in the second half. Look, Monga, who is popping them in for the under-21s, whatever year he's playing for, and Manchester City are supposed to be after him. It might go to a tribunal. We will have a better chance at a tribunal if he's actually played. I just think, why not throw him in? Because Daka is absolutely useless. I know we had 2 up front, but did Daka really offer anything, Jim?
Well, I'm going to ask a question before I answer your question, if you don't mind, because I'm trying to get my
politics bit here. Are you?
Well, I'm trying to get my head around where I thought Rude, how he wanted them to play in the midfield, because I watched Samare, and I thought, of course, he was dropping back, playing with Ndidi, but he seemed to be marking Palmer the whole time, and so he wasn't available to get the ball up front. You didn't have Winks, who's a good ball distributor, which really left El Canoes. And we weren't able to get balls up front, like you said. So I'm just wondering, with the way he played, you only had that one offensive center mid to get the ball up front. We need to somehow, I don't know. I just didn't know if Samari was marking Palmer, their best player, and reduced a chance for us to have a midfielder to bring the ball up top. Because you're right, Daka really didn't do anything. And Jamie Vardy didn't have the touches we needed. He had a couple close ones in the box when we had that little flurry early. But, yeah, could be other players. Could be a player that plays well with their back to the goal, a big, strong player like the one we got rid of. But just give us some opportunities with this new formation and maybe develop more offensive-minded passes with it. I don't know. Once again, it's their first time using it. So who knows? Next time we may see a flurry. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, excellent point there, Wayne. With Sumare, I mean, he got taken off, and I wasn't sorry to see him go. But it's quite hard when I'm watching the game because I'm watching it on the screen here, and I'm having to turn here to talk and see what's being said in the chat. Sumare, I mean, what did you think? Was he sort of basically doing a Pontus Kamark on Juninho job on Parma today?
Is that me, Chris?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
I said Wayne.
was.
I mean, a bit of that was the clue there.
Yeah. But you did say Wayne before when you meant Tom. Yeah, it did. I think it was defensively minded. It does switch off, even though I don't think he's up to the level of Pontus Kamark, to be honest.
No, I was using that as a reference point.
Juninho, at his peak, he was a phenomenal player. And when you get
what I was getting at was the job that Pontus Kamark did on Juninho. Was Sumare doing that on, as in marking him out the game?
Yeah, I think he was attempting to do it, and I do think Palmer still had a lot of space around the box. But yeah, I like Sumare. It's interesting because you look at him, you're thinking he looks like a box to box, but he doesn't get any goal involvements, and he doesn't get in the box, and he doesn't shoot, and he doesn't play a progressive pass into the box from outside the box. So yeah, I just think I'm not a fan of Sumare, to be honest. And I think we did better. I agree defensively, but Winks, when he came on, did show intelligence with the ball.
He did. I mean, he had one obvious cock up that nearly, that gave Chelsea the chance to break. But look, let's give him that. Tom, sorry, I didn't see what you were showing. It wasn't on camera. Oh, and
I was pointing to a pocket. A pocket.
Oh,
am I back?
Yeah, you're back. I'm just deciding whether to laugh or not.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
So you should be. Vardy, 4 touches in the first half. I mean, if you're going to play 2 up front, Jim made the brilliant point. You've got to get the ball to them. 4 touches in the first half is just not good enough at this level.
No, it's not. And I think you're right, actually, with what Wayne was saying about Sumare. I think that Sumare is kind of 50%. He's not giving the 100% box-to-box kind of role we need from him. It's one to look great, but 21's, mate, because he come back from Dundee, and I think he's got a bit of the KDH about him. And he needs that. So, yeah, very difficult. Very difficult.
Tom, you may need to go off and come back on again because you are breaking up a hell of a lot. So, yeah, if you could do. Brilliant. Jim, half-time, 0-0. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? You can see from that graph, though, how dominant Chelsea were in that game. It is scary. But look, we won the league with the least amount of possession any club's ever had. And at half-time at 0-0, I'm thinking, do you know what? Breakaway goal, who knows?
Mm-hmm. No, and I thought for the first time in a long time, it gave Ruud an opportunity at halftime to be more positive to the point of, guys, you're doing exactly what we need to do. Follow the game plan and, and tweak a little bit instead of us giving up a goal right before halftime, being down 2-3-0 at halftime, playing absolutely atrocious like we have for half after half. So this time he had the unique opportunity to say, keep it up. Mads, excellent save. Boys, just keep it up. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice being 0-0 at half, knowing, because I guarantee you those Chelsea fans were sweating it. I guarantee you.
Yeah, they were. I'm so sorry, Home. Home says, what is that advert? I had it on full blast at work. That was the we've won orgasm. I've now got this image that Home was at, well, it is an odd thing. Home was at work, and suddenly everybody's thinking, he's got porn on his computer.
As long as he knows it comes from you and not Tom, Wayne, or myself.
I'm not saying where I recorded it from. Afternoon, Bev. How you doing? Right, second half. Let's get into the second half. Wayne, I'll come to you, and not Wayne. So I've done it again. Tom, I'll come to you. Again, Samari broke well, and I said about decisions earlier. 2 minutes in, Samari broke well, but he kept hold of the ball too long, and he lost it. They need to make the decisions of looking for players, looking up, and I don't know if the team are doing that.
Yeah, it's a confidence thing, Chris, isn't it? Because we saw it in the second half in particular with Binete, who could have made a couple of balls a bit earlier to play Decordova-Reid in through the line. And it's been one of my complaints this season, how we're not playing through the lines quick enough. And you're right, the midfield too, while, okay, they're meant to, in theory, to be solid, they do need to be doing more going forward. I got a bit annoyed like with Ndidi and Samari, but one of them can kind of do it, one of them mustn't. Indeed, he kept going backwards, and Sumari, when he went forwards, like you say, got crowded out and lost the ball, didn't really do anything constructive with it. That is a big problem. We have got to change that by next week. And if that means Sumari isn't in anymore, that means Sumari isn't in anymore. We've done the experiment. But we've got to learn from these things quicker, and that's been my problem with Rude. It's taken us a month to get here, and we should have got here a month ago.
Neto, again, went for a penalty. Wayne, it was such an obvious dive. They were claiming penalties every 2 minutes. You know, I think at one point, Wout Faes farted and the Chelsea players asked for a penalty. I mean, I've never seen such a bunch of prima donnas. And why was that not a yellow card? Because it was so obviously a dive.
Yeah, and you're watching his body language. He stayed on the floor for a long time, didn't he? The play went off up the field, and then he starts. Manson's halfway up to the halfway line, and then you could tell by his body language he was looking. He thought, I need to stay on the ground for a length of time so it looks like I was genuinely hurt.
Yeah.
And when players running back and they don't look in any of the players' eyes, definitely, and that shows you they were desperate, to be honest. And what you're in the preview, you Chelsea podcast, he had it spot on, really. Chelsea had there's a lot of teams. I mean, Chelsea have just gone in the fourth spot for the Champions League. They're quite average, aren't they? Chelsea, they are a really average team, and they are beatable. Really, if we'd have had a couple of better quality players in midfield, we could have got a draw or probably won them. So I do think, like Brad said, the standard in the Premiership is quite poor this year.
Oh yeah, definitely. Jim, 1-0. And before I come to that, I'll come to this point later. 1-0, Jim. Should Kukureku, who, let's be honest with you, is a defender, should he have been closed down by our defence?
I think so, because as the game went, first of all, he seems to score against us the last couple of matches we played Chelsea anyway. So he was one I was worried about. Of course, Cole Palmer always. But I watched as they reversed the field quite a bit leading up to his goal. He was unmarked when he received the ball multiple times, including when he came in to score. So I think we let him have a lot of freedom on that side and the attacking mode. So yeah, I think we could have come a little bit tighter because we let him get away with it up to that point, and it bit us.
The thing is, Tom, that was a bad mistake, but you can only get mistakes, aren't you? I mean, we didn't make as many as we usually have been doing.
No, I would say it was the one, and we got caught short, unfortunately, didn't we? But you think it's the first time they've lined up with 5 at the back this season on the pitch. I mean, I didn't think defensively we looked like we were out of sorts. I thought we looked more organised than we have with 4, which is a credit to what they've been doing. I mean, I know they've been working on this longer than just a week. They've been working on it since before the Brentford game. It's just they haven't pulled the trigger yet. And it took till today. Like the frustrating thing is, mate, we could have probably hit the ball running a bit earlier and been further down the path by now. And the worrying thing is, like you say, the quality of the Premier League. I mean, we can take a lot of confidence to a degree today as long as we turn up next week and carry on the same fashion. My concern is now if Wolves have got to play Chelsea or Southampton, because these teams like Wolves, Everton, they're getting points against these boys, mate, and that is a big problem. So, yeah, it might still be a bit too late, but hopefully, mate, I think positive today, carry that into next week, see how we get on.
In fairness, Southampton played them last week or the midweek game, and they got stuffed 4-0. So
they did. That is true. That is true.
Wayne, somebody asked me this in the watch along when we were 1-0 down. How will Leicester City react to going 1-0 down? And let's be honest, in the past, the Leicester prior to this game would have just collapsed, wouldn't we? We in fact, we would have probably been more than 1-0 down at the 60-minute stage. But how would you describe our reaction to going 1-0 down?
I think we've got character and we played with heart in this match, and that borne out by the fact that, because when it got to 35 minutes in the first half, you're thinking, oh shit, the building pressure, here we go, but we held out. And the fact when 1-0 down, and in other games we've ended up losing 3 or 4-0, and we showed a lot of character. And I think, is that coincidental that Cody was in the back line as well? That might have something to do with it. Faz, unfortunately, should have gone out and closed Cucurella down. If he had done, I don't think he got the shot off. But that's just the one mistake you make, like Tom said. But yeah, we had a lot of art, and that is very encouraging because that's something we've not had for a long time.
Go on then, Jim, your thoughts on Cody?
Well, first of all, follow up with what Wayne said. I really think that at 1-0 down, our team realized that we were in the match and we could have been tied or leading at that point. So I guess what I'm getting at is normally we see the defeatists, their tails are between their legs, they're pointing at each other. This team had the character, like Wayne said. And I think when they got down, this is not a great squad. We should be beating these guys, or at least be able to draw with them. So that was encouraging. Now I forgot what the heck he asked me.
The question I asked you was, did Cody make a big difference when he came back?
I thought he made a huge difference. I thought he's a great communicator from the back. We all know that. I thought he solidified things. We know that the back pairing that we've been seeing with Vestergaard and Foss has not been working. I think he came in and he had experience and leadership back there, which is what we need in that position.
Totally. Jay says there, I'd love to get back into the fight for survival, but the next few fixtures don't look great for picking up points. Well, you say that, Jay. We've got Man United next. I presume it's still 0-0 at the moment. They are beatable if we play like we did today. Man City, they just lost to Nottingham Forest. Let's not build up to Man City. They're not the Man City of old. Get what you're saying, but, Forest have proved it. I know we're no Forest either. We've then got Newcastle and Brighton and Liverpool. So those three are possibly be harder, but I don't think they're sort of out the realms of us getting anything. This is interesting, Tom. Prashant said earlier that he's just compared the game stats to the FA Cup final, and there's Tom has gone. Where's Tom? Anybody seen Tom? Has anybody seen Tom? I better come to you then, Wayne. Just compare the game stats.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Yeah. You are my Harry Winks.
Nice.
You are my Harry Winks. You are coming on as well. Yeah, looking at that, there's not much difference between the stats for the two. Look, you can have all the possession you want, and we'll look at some of the other stats in front, but I've just got to, I keep saying to this, that performance really gave me heart.
Yeah, and that's, half time, even when you look at the stats of like 43, halfway through the second half, 43 touches in the box to R3 from Chelsea. And you looked at it, and I was watching it with my brother. And I said, were you like biting your nails, or thinking, oh shit, anytime through the match, and we said, no, I'm sorry, we didn't think, oh my God, Chelsea having a pants down or we're getting pummeled or everything. It was a close game, and we were in that game, which is something we've not done for a long time. We were in the game.
John says here, Jim and John sounds like a kiddies book, doesn't it? Stop kidding yourself. I don't think I'm kidding myself saying Man United and Manchester City should worry us. Liverpool should, 100%. Brighton, they're on an amazing run, so possibly. Newcastle, depends which Newcastle turn up. But I don't think we should be. Yes, we're going to be worried because they are good. They are good teams, but I don't think I'm kidding myself saying we could actually come out with something from those two games, Jim.
No, and I think it starts with Man U. They are definitely a team that we can get a point or three off of. Okay, now we won't sneak up on Man City if we pull something off the next match, but they aren't the Man City that was winning 4 straight Premier Leagues. So I think one match at a time. I think certainly there's 5 in a row. Yeah. Holy moly! I think it starts with next week. The next match against Man U, and it's a tough stretch, but with the effort that we showed today, anything's possible.
Yeah, Tom's back. Apparently, his computer was overheating. I think he was watching a bit too much of this. Stop looking at the porn, Tom. Stop overheating your computer.
Chris, that's you with the prediction table at the moment. That is.
Look, I hope that guy at work has turned his volume down.
Yeah. You've either got it or you haven't, Wayne. Just don't let jealousy eat away at you. It's not a good. Tom, you're back. Winks on, Samari off. They'll go through the substitutions. Good.
Yeah, it was okay, wasn't it? I mean, Winks isn't much better than Sumari. I mean, the problem is we're limited with both of them. That's why I keep saying Braybook, get him in and see what we can do, because we need an option who's not going to be one of those players at the moment. And as you know, earlier in the season, I was debating putting Wout Faes in there because he could run forward against QPR and hit one in from 30 yards. It shows you how desperate we are in that position.
Once he's done that in his career, probably.
It is true, mate, but it shows you what you're reaching for in desperate times, doesn't it? Yeah, because it is a big problem. I mean, it's funny how we debated if we needed Skip, and the ironic thing is we signed him this summer, and then we didn't need him. We needed another midfielder because he hasn't done anything himself either, has he? So that is a frustrating thing. I mean, we're making together now what is the best of a bad job, and the bad job comes from the top, doesn't it? As we've always said. So, yeah. But like I say, steps forward, small steps, mate. And who knows? Other teams have got their own dramas going on. Don't forget, Man United have got their own drama. Man City have got their own drama. There's not to say their drama's not going to be bigger than ours when we turn up next time out to play these teams.
No, indeed. Jim. El Canoes off, Buenete on. Again, I expected to hear boos from that because I thought El Canoes was our best player.
I did too. And he's been that way match after match. I mean, how many times did we collectively have him as our man of the match on dismal team performances? I was a little surprised. I really was. I thought maybe give him some help in that offensive midfield to get the ball up front for a goal. But no, I wouldn't have taken him off. I was surprised.
Can Wayne, Buenete, and El Canoes in this formation, the 5-2-1-2, are they able to play together? Because obviously we've only got that one attacking midfielder, but Buenete's played on the wing a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to see them both together, Chris. And it's like Tom's been saying about Braybrook. You want intelligence in the middle of the park. You want somebody who can, that's the difference between Chelsea and Leicester today. Chelsea had the ability to get the ball, decide intelligently what to do with the ball, whether that is, but they wouldn't automatically pass it back. Whereas because we were devoid of creative ideas, we did do that. We went for the safe option. You get better quality players and they do the forward pass, they do the diagonal forward pass. And sometimes they will dink to get past somebody to then slot the ball through to somebody who's a number 10. And I do think, like Tom says about Braybrook, I think intelligence we need in getting the ball from midfield to attack. Because if we had that today, I think we'd probably get a draw? I do think we were good for a draw today, to be honest.
Yeah. I know I've said this before, but I love saying this. My favourite joke of all time. I've just checking my notes here. I've just found my highlight of the match. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm here all week, unfortunately. Tom,
Chris.
The next substitutions were Dakova Reed on, Christensen off, Mavadidi on, Daka off, but 82 minutes, and then Ricardo on, Justin off. Great, we said, to see Ricardo back. Give me your thoughts very quickly on those three subs.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Decordova Reed was just basically going to play higher up the pitch, wasn't he, than Christensen, and that's the intention when you 1-0 down. I think it was fine, mate. I think, honestly, like, it's a lot better and it's a lot more balanced, which is what we're looking for. The irony is you've had the match stats up in the background here on the corner, and our match stats look a lot worse than the last few games. If you look at the statistics, looks an awful performance, but actually it shows you there can be an ability to lose translation from statistics to actual performance. I don't think they're entirely correct. So I think they were good substitutions today. I felt they all made sense. I don't think he did anything too crazy. I mean, at the end you could argue you just want to go 4-4-2 and just start lumping it up top. We haven't got any big players up top anyway, so you kind of got to work around that no matter what.
Jim, and I'm being very picky after that performance, but look, I don't think Dakova Reed is a starter. I think bringing him on at the end possibly is the better move. But again, Ayew is, to me, Daka coming off, Ayew should have come on because he's good at getting those last minute goals, isn't he? Or am I being too picky here?
No, I see where you're coming from. He not only is good at getting last-minute goals, he's good at drawing fouls, maybe drawing fouls in their defensive end. But I think at that point, it still was you got to get him the ball. You got to get him the ball up top. I wouldn't have had a problem if he would have come in at all, as opposed to Dakova Reed. He is definitely a player to come off the bench. He's not a starter. I was glad this go-around, the starting lineup, was decent going forward, but the sending off or the substituting of El Canus was the thing that bothered me the most. I would have had no problem if Ayew would have come in.
And Tom's gone again. Can I just say, by the way, I did not realise that we had Jesus in the room with us, because if you look at Wayne, he's got a halo around his head there.
He does.
Give Tom detention, Chris.
Tom has that beard like the.
Yes,
he does. In fairness, yes. You all
Chris has his godlike ability to be able to predict 3 correct scores, don't you, Chris?
Hey, what? Indeed. You do know now that we'll all be getting AI pictures of us as Jesus, don't you? Wayne, 43 touches at 84 minutes, 43 touches in our box. We had 3 in them. It ended up 48-4. That, as good as the performance was, and look, they had the possession, they had the shots, etc. The performance was still a lot better, but the lack of shots and the lack of those touches, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like all the ex-Premier players say, all matches are won and lost in the box. And that's what happened. It's all right having 2 up top or 10 up top, but if you can't get the ball to them, and Daka is not a target man. First of all, he can't get the ball and hold the ball up and link people because he's not got the skill set. And Vardy, sometimes the ball kicked over the top for Vardy to head. You can't kick the ball in the air for Vardy to head and bring down and bring people in. So we didn't play to strengths, and that's I think the team spirit is there, and it can build on it, but it's unlocking that connection to get chances to score in the opposition box. Because another game we haven't scored a goal.
Yes, indeed. Quite correct. Another game, Tom, welcome back. Another game where at times, and maybe it was tiredness, but later on in the game, Chelsea wanted it more. When there was a loose ball, they ran for it quicker than we did.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Chris. I've had a problem with us chasing and winning second balls all season. I think there's not been a desire to do it often enough, and not a desire to put yourself on the line for it. So it's something we still got to work on, mate. I still look at it and I still think the effort was a lot better today, but we still need to find a bit more maturity in our game as well. I think there was a bit of a lack of maturity from some players, and that's not to say they were being daft, it's just they haven't got the experience as well. So we need to get better at all these things. But the problem is, mate, is going back to the base of it. This team isn't set up to be a Premier League team, in my opinion, in the first place. So consequently, we're always going to struggle. And it's years of mistakes that have led us to this point. But anyway, I'll pass it back over to you at that point, mate, before I end up disappearing again, probably.
Man United 0, Arsenal 0, as it stands at the moment. Wolves' next 4 games, Jim, Southampton, West Ham, Ipswich and Spurs. They will pick up 6 points from these. I think they will. Would you agree with that?
Unfortunately, I think you're right. Certainly Southampton, Ipswich. I mean, and with the form that Spurs and West Ham, it could be more, unfortunately. But yes, that's not what we need to see.
Yeah. Prashant says, Tom, you might want to put your computer into energy saving mode. It might help with the overheating. Or just turn it on and off again. whichever works best.
It's very good at doing that for me, Chris.
Yeah. But I'll stick with you, Tom, because if we can still be in it with the last few games, we have, I think, possibly got the easier running for the last 4 or 5 games. But of course, we may be out of it by then. If we do, look, if we go down, we know, I've said this many times, the EFL are waiting for us with everything that they've got. Is it better that we go down and rebuild, although we may not be back up for maybe anything between 5 and 10 seasons, or would we be better off staying up and maybe having another season struggling?
You're better off staying up every time because of the revenue, Chris. As soon as we drop down, that revenue is not coming that we need for FFP and all the rest of it. And we're already been overrun. I mean, look at it. I mean, isn't our wages something like at 110% of the club income? It's a lot. 110%. I mean, I do wonder how we're run sometimes. We're having to kind of make that money back a lot of times, you see, and going into next season in the Championship, we're not going to be able to do that, mate. That's why I get concerned if we go down. We might be down for 10 years, if not longer. Who knows? Because of the way football is right now and money, you kind of got to be in the top 20 teams now in order to be relevant. So, yeah, I don't get me wrong. I don't like the idea of having another season like this, but there you go.
Jim, would you agree with that?
We need to stay up, absolutely, from the financial aspect. And even if we're able to squeak by and have another Great Escape Part 2, it's going to be difficult to draw players to Leicester City. But we go down, we don't want to be down for that long period of time. We work so hard to get back up and have this nice stretch. We don't want to go down.
But Wayne, I mean, are the players that we're going to attract if we stay up, just going to be modern day Vout phases? Do we not want to go, if we go back down, the players we'll be attracting with players that want to come, not those that just want to come because we're in the Premier League?
Yeah, it's a really interesting question, really, whether if Rude stays, and that's what they've agreed, if we did stay up, what he could do with his connections, which he's not really had the chance to sign. What a £1 to £3 million player from Italy. That you can't change anything with that. The one thing as well is when we got relegated, we got probably £10 million less for Barnes and Maddison because we were in the Championship. So you think about if we go down to the Championship, is El Canoes going to stay? I don't think he's Premier quality.
I think if we stay up or go down, El Canoes and Madsen Manson are both on the way out because they are our most sellable assets.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say, that's a good point, but I would say that if we stayed up, might El Canoes stay? So some people might stay where they won't stay if we go down to the Championship.
I don't think they will, because I think the financial situation that the club finds itself in. Look, Tielemans, we know the trouble started because we didn't sell him. We know we need to make big sales. That's how we don't have to, but if we don't, look what happens. We're not a poor club, but I honestly think that if we stay up, I still think El Canoes and Madsen Manson are going. I really, Madsen Manson and El Canoes. I just want to bring this up, and it will just overlap a couple of you, so I apologise for that. But I did bring this up for the game of the day, Tom, the preview. Chelsea's squad at the end of the 2024 financial year was the costliest ever assembled, according to a new UEFA report. The big spending blue squad was worth an astonishing 1.39 billion, and eclipsed the previous highest recorded. I know you can't see it there, but it is the highest recorded by Real Madrid by something like 0.6 billion or something. I mean, it's not a game for the fans anymore, is it?
No, it's a big game monopoly with some very rich people and very rich countries involved nowadays, Chris. That's all that's going on. And it is a shame because, unfortunately, we've allowed it into the game. And it started with the Premier League. And ironically, when the Premier League was formed, it was for a similar reason. And then the Super League really came about for a similar reason. And so the English Football League's lost their bottle. They've basically given in to stop the idea of another Super League forming, which now means Chelsea obviously will spend multi-billions on their team, and if they got a financial fair play problem, they'll just buy and sell a hotel or something to make it look like it's all right. They know all the tricks of the trade. We're not as prepared or smart about the logistical business side of football. There is no doubt about that, and there's a lot of the concern about the football club. We've got to get better at that very quickly.
John says, question, if relegated and let's say after 4 seasons mid-table Championship, how do you see attendances? I just think we'll actually probably be just as high, because I think season tickets may go down, but that would give you and me and everybody else, Wayne, the chance to go and see games.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, this will be an acid test of all the fans that have come along since we did the Great Escape and got the promotion, that really feel we ought to be, because we've tried to get in the Champions League, that's where we belong, that's where we ought to be. What are the club doing, messing around? We should be there. And it'd be interesting to see how these fans react to if we do go down to the Championship, and we are in the Championship, not just for 1 season, and we should have got promoted because we had such a brilliant squad, Premier squad. But what if we're in there for 3 or 4 seasons? Will people year on year renew the season tickets? The younger element of it, whereas a lot of my customers have been going down for 30 and 40 years, and they will still go down whether we win the Championship for 5 seasons or not.
The thing is, I got to say, Jim, and I know you're obviously in America, so you can't get to the games, but I'm a member, so as a member, I get the chance to if we don't sell out, you get so many points from supporting the club and going to matches and buying stuff to go in. There has not been one game, home or away, this season when I have not had an email off Leicester saying they've gone on general sale because we're not filling the grounds out. Sorry, away we probably fill most of those because there's obviously less. So I think, I don't think it would, as Wayne said, you'd probably get the better fans turning up.
Well, I think it's the same way with sport over here. You have your diehard fans. You have your fans, like Wayne said, that have been fans for generations, and they have been through the thick and thin, and a lot of thin. And then you have your fans that started coming up, going to matches, watching the team when they got promoted. And all of a sudden it's Vardy, and then it's the Premier League, and then it's the Champions League, and then it's the FA Cup. They're used to winning, so they're spoiled. They never came along in the lean years. Those true fans, unfortunately, a lot of them go to games, but a lot of them don't. So I think what happens is when the team starts playing poorly, starts losing, they're like, why should we go to this? And tickets will be available. So those are the fair weather fans. I like what Wayne said. If it gives people the opportunity that couldn't normally go and season tickets open up and more tickets are available, bring those hardcore fans back, or start bringing some new fans in so they grew up and they can be a part of the build up to Premier League again, instead of just the ones that were just there for the ride and not there for the tough times.
Yeah. Again, excuse me here because everything's going wrong with my. What do you think on that point, Wayne?
What's that on with the fans and everything?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like, the trouble is you get this, like, which I hate, the happy clappers. Oh, yeah, but you're happy clappers. You don't want to challenge the club. I just think it's really disrespectful term to people that have been going for 20, 30, 40 years who understand that this is a real shitty time. We reached for Champions. Look, did all the fans that when we were reaching for Champions League and not selling the big asset, did they turn around to the club then and say, oh, no, actually, I don't think we ought to go for the Champions League. Let's just be a mediocre Premier side and play it safe. Every single fan loved the idea of getting into the Champions League, and we didn't quite make it. The wheels came off the bus and it all went to shit. But no fans at the time didn't want it. We all wanted it. And anybody who says they didn't want it is telling porkies. So it's what happened. That's a consequence of running a business and getting things wrong. And you accept that. Like Richard Branson says in business, if you look at the worst case scenario and you're not willing to accept it, don't do the business.
Yes. Yes. Tom
and
has gone again. Yeah.
To follow up on that, the last 3 years we've come over, I've been able to get tickets to a match. And the people I sat around were all 20, 30 years. This one gentleman was there with his son and his grandson, and he said his son came there at like age 7, and his son is like late 30s. And I was just really impressed at the long-term fans. I mean, some of our cities over here have professional teams that haven't been around but maybe 3 decades instead of 100 years, 150 years, things like that. So, and Chris, I know you've been following them for at least 100 years.
Hey.
My point,
sorry, but goodbye, Jim.
my point is, I was just really impressed, being able to get tickets to start with from a season ticket holder, was able to buy them, but just sitting around some true blue Leicester fans. And yeah, they were frustrated when they gave up a goal or maybe lost, but still, they were the ones that were there for all those years.
Indeed. Right, I'm just trying to just find out where I have put this, and I don't know where I have put it. But we are going to come along now. I think Tom has still gone, unfortunately. Here we go. There we go. So it is performance and man of the match time. So Tom is not back yet, so I don't know what he's going to go for. So it's down to you guys. Let's go for team performance first of all. Wayne, who are you going to go for? Oh, sorry, what score are you going to go for? Sorry.
Well, skill level apart and a bit of football intelligence, I'd say 8 for the attitude. The attitude was just spot on.
Yes. And Jim?
For the same reasons, the attitude and the desire, I would say a solid 7. I liked the effort and the attitude.
So a solid 7. I mean, when you come to think what we gave last week, it shows how much we've turned this round, doesn't it?
Yeah, we didn't have minuses this week.
No. I'm just trying.
Also, would you be giving an 8 or a 7? Really, if we're having a pretty decent season, probably not. But it's a context, isn't it?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. Well, you've gone 7 and 8. Before I tell you what Alan has gone for, I'm just going to see. I can't see Tom coming back in at all. I have gone. I've actually agreed with. Who have I agreed with? You, Jim. I've gone for a 7. I can see why you've gone 8 and 7, 8. 5, 6. I can see that way. I have gone 7 because there's still a little bit to work on. The performance was good, but there was still a lot lacking in like the final third and the passing. So I still think there's lots of room. To say we've gone from a 0 last week to a 7 this week, I think is very, very good. And I am going to tell you what Alan went for. And remember, Alan was at Stamford Bridge. He went for 7 as well. Okay, so let's go for man of the match. Wayne, you gone for an 8 for your score. Who's getting your man of the match?
Oh, blimey. If it's on output per minute, it's Ricky P, but it's not. It's between Hermansen and El Canoes. El Canoes is such a brilliant player. You just love him to have a couple of people around him. But I'd say Mads Hermansen because he kept us in the game. In fact, one stage, I think we got Cody was in goal and Mads Hermansen was playing left back.
Yes.
Yes. And he nearly cocked it up, didn't he?
Yeah, I know. So I'd say Mads Hermansen. And you know what? It was interesting. When Mads Hermansen was doing these things and he was 20 yards outside his box, I bet Enzo was having a stiff there, wasn't he? You know what I mean? Thinking, we've got to sign him next year. Oh, dear. So I'd say Mads Hermansen, Chris.
Okay. 1 second. I'm just going to message Thomas. I don't think we're going to have him back with us, unfortunately. So apparently it wasn't overheating. It was my network adapter failing. He lives in the middle of bloody nowhere, it's no wonder. I did see that. I thought Cody must have thought at the time, I thought, oh, Mads Hermansen's behind him. It's all right if he lets it go through. Mads Hermansen was nowhere to be seen. Jim, you're end of the match.
I think Mads' saves early kept us positive, so we didn't fall apart. I think he's been there, but then again, he's been there all season for us, so I did like him. However, I went with Connor Cody. I think his leadership on that back line was sorely needed. I remember he made a point-blank stop in front of Mads, and I remember Mads gave him a kind of a high five afterwards for saving him. But I just think that leadership on that back line is so important. And I think they could – I think Ruud could put a Coley next to him and he would still do good instead of Wout Faes or whoever. Just I think having him back there was important. So Connor Cody for his leadership.
I think they could put, like I said, Vestergaard's dog back there or your dog back there and it'd do better than Wout Faes. I'm sorry, nothing will convince me that he is anything other than a melt. Right, well, for me, I've got 2 down here because I'm going to go with my first choice, but I think my second choice comes under my deserves a mention moment. I can see where you've said about Cody, but I just don't think it was enough, to be honest with you. I get what you're saying about Mads Hermansen as well, but I've gone for El Canoes because I just think he made that team tick. Anything that was happening was coming through him. Indeed, he wasn't getting forward at all, really. Nor was Sumari. Daka, I just don't know. I mean, two up front, I had the sort of Saturday lunchtime hard on, thinking, here we go in. But nothing. I hope your kids have gone, by the way, Jim. But no, not. But I've gone for El Canoes because I just think once again, he has done well. 7 for Tom as well for the performance, and his man of the match. He agreed with me. Obviously, a man of discerning quality, and he's gone for El Canoes. Like the cut of that man's jib. I'm going to end on though with the fact that I want to give somebody a special mention because I do feel that he's been the butt of a lot of moans and complaints, and he's not good enough, and he shouldn't be anywhere. No, it's not going to be about phase. I'm not going to give him an honourable mention. I'm going to mention Luke Thomas because possibly apart from one error, I think he had a very, very solid game. Now, I'm not saying he's come of age, but if we're in the Championship next season, I think it'd be worth holding on to him. I don't know what your thoughts were on him, but I thought he had in that role, and it seemed to be him and Christensen swapping, but he just, I think he had a very, very good game and looked comfortable.
No, I agree. And you know what? It's kind of one of those, he didn't do anything bad. Like you said, one mistake, but he was solid. Tom's on here. He's talking Luke Thomas. I think he was solid. And one thing you did not mention that I thought the refereeing was pretty solid. You mentioned that a couple times in the match, and my son and I were talking, and I thought, like anything else, when you don't have anything bad to say about a referee, a center official, then they've called a good game. So I thought Luke Thomas and the center referee, for the same reason, they were solid, and there wasn't anything bad. You can look back and say, hey, they missed a call or missed a play. So good call on Luke Thomas.
Yeah. Wayne, a question. What's a center referee? Do we have
I saw you formulated a giggle, Chris. And I'm thinking, what's tickled Chris?
How many? What is it? NFL you watch, Jim?
Which team?
Is it NFL you watch? What do you watch? Yeah.
Yes.
How many referees do you have there?
Oh, there's a slew of them. There's a center official like we have in English football, but then there's backline judge, side judge. There's probably about 6 or 7 on the field.
If anybody's watching, just click on the subtitle button and English text will come up. He's going to hate me, Jim.
No, I don't, but I give you some banter, right?
You do.
You tolerate Chris, don't you, Jim? You tolerate him.
I do. Well, he's paying me. I don't know if he's paying you, but he's paying me for this.
I promise I won't do the Jesus thing. I'll try and do myself. And well, this was Alan's man of the match. He's given it to Ndidi. Not sure I can go with that, but look, he was at the match, so I don't overrule him. I think twice in 5 years. I can't go for that. Guys, thank you very, very much for coming on. Appreciate it. At least we got a smile on our face. Wasn't the result we wanted, but at least we got the performance, and that's the thing. Hopefully, you will be available on Thursday, Wayne, for the prediction show. The prediction show where I've got 11 points this week. Mention that as a passing. I'm just going to check. It's still 0-0, Man United, Arsenal. What did I go for? Oh, I went 2-1, so I might get a point. Oh, no! I spoke too soon. 47th minute, Bruno Fernandes has scored for Manchester United.
It's been nice, though, doing this post-match show with banter and a lighter spirit, hasn't it? Because we've put in a performance.
Totally. Wayne, you want Arsenal to get 3 goals because you went 3-1.
And well, if Gabriel scores, because he's on my fantasy football team as well. So
yeah, but no, you're quite right. I say heads off to. I think there was only one yellow card in the game because it wasn't a dirty game. Only one yellow card. That was the youngster that came on for Chelsea, Amovic or something, Ashpong or something like that. I thought he did have an excellent game, and I have to say, fair play to VAR as well, because when it did come to decisions, they were actually reasonably quick. So I've got to say, shout out to Darren England on VAR. But I thought Tim Robinson, who was the referee, I think he had an excellent game. Guys, I'll see you Thursday, Wayne, and I'll see you both on next Sunday.
Stay around, Wayne.
For the Man United match. All right. Thanks, everybody. If you're watching, please do. I've just muted myself. Please do click the like button. Click the subscribe button as well. Why don't you smash the notification? $1.99, you could become a member, and you could actually end up on here with us. With me, Wayne, and a funny American who pops in every now and again. Could be worse. Could be worse, though, of course. It could be JD Vance. Oh. I heard the groan in the background. At least I didn't say the other gentleman.
Yeah, I know.
I'll see you all in a week's time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
He's going to come back. Okay? And you can just